Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. I hope everybody has had a lovely weekend. I'm looking forward to sharing some more gold making this evening with you all. See what else we can do now that we got our enchanting rod, when was it, on Friday night. See what else we got. Good evening John and Arthurs. Good evening Rasheen, how are you all? Hope you're doing well. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Lots of sales hopefully. And Nox on Nox, how are you? Buenas noches, very good evening to you all. Good evening to you too, I hope you're doing well. What did everyone get up to this weekend? I hope it was lots of World of Warcraft and making gold, hopefully. Oreo has joined us tonight at the very beginning of the stream, so he's doing alright. I'm going to have a look at the mailbox. What have I done this weekend? I was on briefly this morning, able to relist all my expired auctions, and I was able to actually craft a few things, because I didn't get round to doing that on Friday night. We spent most of our time on Friday getting the enchanting rod, so it was nice to be able to get something actually sort of solid done in one stream session. Sorry Ori, not giving you enough attention here. Sushi, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, good evening to you as well, Mushy. How are you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. Just looking forward to spending some time here. Going to see if we can get something decent in the mailbox, hopefully. Didn't realise this eagle's flying up here. Hadn't spotted that before. Wonder what that is. Been farming at the moment. A few days auction house camping. Posting things under crafting cost. Not by little, but by bit. Yeah, that kind of can get a little bit frustrating sometimes. Waiting for me to go live. There we go, eventually. Mazel tov, how are you? It seems to take a while to go through. We'll get that stream animation sorted, I'm sure, very soon. Once I can invent a time machine, to give myself more time to be able to do these things. So let's have a look. How are we doing in terms of... Let's move the chat window up here, so we can see all of that. Nose of the cat. Yeah, Ori's gone very close to the camera now. How are you doing, Oreo? There we go. Good evening, Will Webster. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Just going to go over and check the mailbox now. Have a look. I'm not expecting anything massive because we didn't do any big restocks on... When was it? On Friday, because we spent most of our time doing the actual enchanting rod quest, so we didn't actually end up restocking on things. So let's have a look at what we've got in the mail so far. Lisa GM, good evening to you. I think he's listening, Mushy. He rolled over. We are here, roll over. He's ready. He's such an affectionate boy, aren't you, Oreo? Midnight Hawk Gaming, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. Had a good weekend of sales. He does. He keeps on coming up and rubbing against my leg. He likes his attention. He doesn't get a lot of attention during the day because he goes and hides himself away in his little hidey hole. But when it comes to night time, he gets nice and relaxed and he comes out on the rug. Right, let's have a look at the mailbox. Not expecting a huge amount, but that's still reasonable. 69,000. So what have we got here? Oh, we got a that double knotted cord sold for 21,000. That's very nice. You do expect a lot. Bow and Arrow, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Anyone done Allied Races Quest or Tools of the Trade yet? Quite a few items to make them. Yeah, there's quite a lot, Bow and Arrow. We did on Friday, we did the enchanting rod. So we've got that one now for the increased enchanting materials. What else have we got here? Cindercloth pants, that's interesting, 3,000 for that. Sinister combatants, more satchels as you'd expect. A couple of bountiful feasts there. And another sinister combatants cloak there. So not bad really, all in all, 69,000, let's take that. We've been spending a fair amount of gold on restocking things, so I wonder what we've got in terms of auctions. Probably need to do a cancel scan on my enchants, I imagine. Incoming Mozeltov. How are you, Mozeltov? Hope you're doing well. Haven't done Erfen. No, I haven't restocked on Erfen either, so he's probably all expired. So we'll probably give him a good look at as well. What else have I got? I've got a load of stuff here that I purchased, so I need to sort that lot out as well. So we'll do that. So let's go over to Erfen now whilst we're doing Mailbox stuff and relist his on. And then we'll go and do... Actually no, let's do the cancel scan on Samadan first. Do a cancel scan on the enchants. Get those back on first. So we'll do that. Deselect all groups. Let's move that up a little bit. And go to all the enchanting and run a cancel scan. I imagine I'll be Undercut. Happy App 7, how are you? I came back from Captain Marvel movie. That's pretty good, excellent. How high of a level is Nadamas? Nadamas is about 8 or 9, I think. Oh, Sensors, thank you very much for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. If everyone doesn't know, I forgot to do this last time, so I'll do this now, whilst I remember. Sensors. Ventures. Shout out to Sensors. Very nice streamer. Good evening, Pilon. Annette, how are you? And who else was in there? Zanzaful, Morat, and Wallon, and Watch Review. I think we've got everyone in there. Thanks all for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're here with some treasure chests. There's nice emotes there. I'm a bit less chilled than Samadan though. You have your moments though, Sensors. So that's all good. And a very supportive community, so that counts for a lot. Risa Rocker, how are you? Gemini Marvin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to go through and we're cancelling our enchants. We're going to do a relist of these. We might get some sales over tonight, hopefully. Oreo's already had his cuddle time, so he's just settling down for the evening now. So we're going to go and have a look at what we can do here on our cancels. Here they go. There we are. Doing good, just coming in with the Sensors raised. Well, that's good to have you in, so thank you all. And thank you, Sensors, for the raid. Very much appreciated. Had a very expensive lesson the other night. I was rushing through shopping, needed Arcana. I had only typed Arc into the search. Never noticed a green cloak underneath the dust. Used the scroll wheel. It was listed for 1 million. Ouch. Ouch, that is a big one. Sorry to hear about that, Midnight Hawk. That can get you. Did I happen to update my sheets to count new enchanting numbers? No, not yet. What we've been doing is we need to get some numbers going on the disenchants. We've had some good numbers coming in from Roshin and other people who have contributed. I do have a spreadsheet going at the moment. Let me see if I can find a link to it. I think I've got it up actually at the moment. So let's find this sheet. So I've got the spreadsheet here. If you want to put in your own numbers, this spreadsheet is available to edit by anyone. So you can add in your own numbers and we can hopefully get everything going here. So we've got the average Proc 1 per thing gone in here. I don't know who put that in, but that's very helpful. So thank you for that one. I was going to put something similar myself in. So we've got tailoring here, leatherworking, shimmer scale, and then we've got the reverse side of that, honourable satin, honourable leather, and honourable mail for the reverse side for the veil crystals and the umbra shards. So if you can get some numbers going on those, then I can update my main spreadsheet with all of this stuff. I'll be putting some of my own numbers in as well over the course of things. So the link to this one, let me just copy it off. Copy the link. There we go. I'll pop that in the chat. So anyone can add in their own numbers to that. You just got to remember you're making braces, disenchanting the blues, scrapping the greens in the first lot, and then with your expulsum on whichever character is the cheapest, you're then going and making the honourable combatant gear and then sending that to your enchanter and disenchanting that and working out the numbers on those. So that's kind of the work in progress at the moment. Let me have a look. But yeah, check your numbers in terms of like materials, because I know veil crystals are dropping in price, and obviously my weighting values aren't quite right in the spreadsheet now. So we need to have a look at the prices. Make sure it's profitable for you before you start doing things as well. What did I miss on chat? Didn't know the changes were coming until you disenchanted something and got a Veil Crystal when you shouldn't have. Yeah, that's the surprise one, isn't it? The seller would have been happy. Yeah, that's one consolation though. You made, hey Stevie B, how are you? I made 250 gold this week, 3.25 million now. Very nice, getting close to that long boy. Made nothing this week. You bought so much cheap stuff, it's stupid. Well, that's always good, Arthur. Having a restocking time is always useful. You say you never heard back. That's a shame, Midnight. Still use the old numbers and running a profit. Okay, well that's good then, Mushy. At least it's kind of working. I guess it does mean that that's still profitable, even on that one. On your server, Umbras have dropped price, but the Veiled and Gloom remain the same. Yeah, I've noticed them drop a little bit here, but not a huge amount. It's still worth me... now go back to this and open the cancels. For some reason my control isn't working. Let me just try that again. There we go, let's do all the cancels. There we go. Ah, that's because I was doing the wrong thing again. I did that last time. Now we're better. Probably leave it in your guild, Mac, as a reminder to never rush. Not a bad idea, actually. Should make the numbers cheaper, so if you show a profit, the old numbers, then it should be more profit than it's showing. Exactly, Riso. That's always a good thing to err on that side than the other side, of course. So we should get some new ones coming in. That should be good. Mailbox is looking a little bit sluggish tonight, so let's just get everything gone. Did we pick that up? Yes, we did. Let's get rid of that. Can't delete that. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit of a bug there. Let's do a reload, see if we can clean this up a little bit. Hopefully that will clear things out. And then we're going to have a look at reposting these on, see if we can get some enchant sales, hopefully. Tome of Illusions Draenor. We'll do that next. And that's done. And then let's go post this lot on. So this is just the enchants. We'll just have a look at these first. Get those going. Well, Your Realm has weird prices on everything. Today only 2 stacks of pollen and everything sells slow. That's an interesting one. It's very strange. It's amazing what's different on different servers. Ah, Canadian TV, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I forgot to do a shout out when you raided me the other day, so let's do one now for you. Apologies from earlier. Shout out to Canadian TV, another wonderful streamer. I recommend you go check out. What else have you got here? You have a shopping spree in it. Also, don't forget to do /exact. There's people like you out there. Yes, Rasheen, that's very true. /exact does make it a lot easier. Have a shopping spree in your bank? Yes, I do, definitely. I need to go and sort that out. Clear it out in my bags. Also, Arcana Exact. Yeah, definitely. No problem. Right, so let's go through and post these on. Let me just check my prices, actually, whilst I'm doing this. Quick scan of them, just to see that things look normal. Some of these things we could possibly reset on. These are going obviously too much. Binding of Agility and Binding of Strength. We'll go and have a look at those in a moment. Those don't need to be that expensive. No one's going to buy them for that price. 16,000 for a Binding of Agility. Should be more like 4,000. So I'll just do a quick edit of that. But instead of 4,000, we'll make this 5,000 and 6,000. Then it would appear relatively a bargain. And if that doesn't work, we'll post it on for a normal price. And then that. Critical strikes, they're going for 257 profit. Not brilliant, actually, looking at that. Packs of critical strike. You could possibly do with looking at those a little bit in more detail. Let's skip those for now. Superior stamina should be alright. Mastery is alright at 2,100. Small profit there. I mean, again, maybe resetting some of these markets would be useful. Binding a strength too much there at 36,000. I really want to be more like 4,000. So I'm going to take the 3 off both of those and make it 4 and 6,000. Seems more reasonable. Take that off, post that on. Then everything else looks reasonable according to that, so let's just run through those and post those on. There we are. It was just in a rush, getting ready to feed the little one, but like you say, lesson learned, and hopefully a wake-up call to others. It happens midnight, it certainly does. Would you say enchanting is making you the most gold right now? It certainly did last month, Watch Review, when I did a comparison of the two. This month, I'm not sure really. The profit margins have gone down, I would say, just from a rough guess of numbers so far. Tailoring's still doing quite well. Cooking has done quite a bit less, I think, this month. So it'll be interesting to see when I do my month end and have a look at everything. But at the moment, we are getting a good few enchants, but whether they're making enough of a profit is another matter. Good evening, Ballsy. How are you? What else have we got here? Everything's done there. Adibag's throwing an error there, so let's put some of this in the guild bank. And then we need to go and check on Erfen next, because he's got a load of expired auctions that need some love. You see a lot of orange. Time to buy out a few and relist that way. Bank. Older stuff in guild bank. BFA and bank. Older stuff in guild bank. Yes, but a lot of this stuff I need to share between Erfen, so I need to pop it in the guild bank. Stuff like the bloodstained bones, which I don't have enough room for in here. So I'm going to put some of them in here with the cooked food, because it's kind of bones. Bones kind of goes with food, kind of. I'll just pop some of these in. And Joy, how are you? Pop all these in. I do like this bit of music. With the shuffle data sheet, are enchanters using the rod or no? Yes, we are. I would suggest everyone does. What I haven't done is updated my formula for the super shuffle sheet yet to include the new numbers. So it'll still, if it's still showing a profit on the numbers that we've currently got, then it'll be good for you for everything else. Let's put the calcified bones in here as well. Let's clear these out. And then what's that? Miscale. We've probably got a little bit of room for that in here. Shimmer scales there. Miscale can go in there. Got a little bit of room, and shimmer scale we can pop in just a couple of those, and then we're running low on space, so let's pop them in. The next space I've got is there. Let's get those two in, and then we'll pop that meat in there. Fatty bear steak we actually need for something, don't we? Okay, let's keep all those the same for now. Actually give me enough for the moment. Let's clear that out, and then we'll go and have a look. The command TS input starts at the page you are at now. Oh, does it, Mushy? That's really good. It didn't used to, did it? It used to just put it on the first page. Oh, that's really good to know. Thanks for that. How long is the new quest for the 150 profession, the recent patch, take time-wise? Well, we did the enchanting one within my stream on Friday. Probably took about... Well, I was very inefficient, I think, time-wise, because obviously I was doing it on stream. So I think I was probably about no more than an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'd say, from start to finish. The enchanting rod is pretty OP now, hence why prices have fallen. Yeah, that would explain it. Yeah, getting the mats usually another hour. Try it with small items. Try it with a few small items in case it broke again. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Let's go over to Erfen first though, because otherwise we're going to run out of stuff for him to post on. So we'll do that first, and then we'll come back to Samadan and check on the enchanting and see how our new rod works, and see what kind of things we can get. And then we can look at some numbers as well. Try and get all that sorted. Did cooking get a profession item? I'm not sure it did, actually. Not that I remember reading about. Okay, so lots of expires, as I expected. So we'll take these off for now. No, that's a shame. I would have liked a cooking one. Maybe a cooking apron or rolling pin. That would have been awesome. Although, what could you do with cooking? Maybe it gives you extra meals out of it. An extra proc rate like alchemy or something like that. That would be nice. Give you a chance to proc some extra ones. That would have been nice, definitely. So we just got a blur of Oreo at the moment. He's too close to the camera as it is. Let's carry on with... oh, we've got some sales here. That's not too bad. 6,000 in sales. What have we got? I wasn't expecting a lot because I didn't relist him on this morning. So Drums of Fury, a couple of diving suits, and Treads of the Fever Flare, and Gauntlets of the Quick Blade. Okay, that's good. I'm alright with that one. Player housing with a cooking stove, crafted by a new profession. Please, that would be very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, so 6,000 to add to Erfen's. That'll work. How's Erfen doing in terms of money? 1,700. Okay. Well, let's post on your things. Run a post scan on that. We'll see if you get into a dungeon for the last crafting material for the rod. Yeah, that's the tricky one. Get into a Waycrest Manor. The other thing you can do, which we did on Friday's stream, was go through to do the 3 witches down in the bottom left corner. I'll go and show you on a map once I've just done this post scan. Putting all of these on first. There's a couple of those that haven't gone on that are below minimum price. So we'll do those in a moment. Just going to wait for everything to scroll through. There we go. Then we'll post this lot on. At least that way we've got some auctions going. Confirm those, and then we'll go and have a look at that map I was talking about. There we go. So we were looking in when we did the Trustvar bit, and we haven't been here, but where it says where the O is in crimson down here, there's three witches down here somewhere. Hey Proxiva, how are you? Been very good, thank you very much. How about yourself? Hope you had a good weekend. What's cooking? Well, we haven't done any cooking in a while. Hopefully we can make a few things later. On the agenda this evening, maybe we'll have a look at the tailoring tools of the trade questline. That might be worth having a look at. And we also need to do some bracer shuffles to try and get some numbers going on that. Hopefully. They dropped the Runestone of Thros. Oh yes, no, not that one. Sorry, I meant the essence, the dust essence reso. You do have to do the dungeon for that one. Which is Tom waypoint is 1982, 5372. There we go, thank you, Nox. Got your Warlock from 91 to 104 from doing the time walking dungeons. 2 dungeons is 1 level if you have alts. That's very nice, Arthurs. Very nice indeed. Right, let's have a look. Where are we at on Erfen? So almost everything's listed on. We've got a few sinister combatants that didn't get listed here. So let's just go do a quick shopping search on those. See if we can push those on manually. Let's just move this over, then move this over. And then shift click these. See what kind of prices they're going for. 1,800, that'll do. See if we can get a sale for that. Still a decent profit. Leather gauntlets, the same, 324. We might as well go on at that price. And that one, post. Any more to go on? There's that one. And then mail gauntlets there. I'll post on for that. There we go. That's easy enough. Old Man Farmer and Z, how are you both? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had lovely weekends. Just going through, we quickly went on to Erfen just to test a few things out there. Now we're going to go back to Samadan and check on some bracers and see if we can get something going there. Thought you had the other mats, didn't realise you need 50 of the essence. Yeah, getting 50 of the essence is the tricky one. Leveling new tune later. You have a boost for 110. Sadly, both Invasions and Legion and BFA are the wrong times today. Oh, that's a shame. Sounds like an eventful evening. Looking forward to it. Oh, you've been sick and pushed on working regardless. Oh, sorry to hear you were sick. Turned out not to be the wisest decisions. Yes, exactly. You've got to look after your body, Proxifer. Make sure you do. Today's mailbox was very nice. 69,000. So not massive, not over 100,000, but still it paid for all my purchases over the weekend. So I'm happy with that. Good evening, Gorga. How are you? Right, let's have a look. Where are we at? In terms of things to do, got Proudmore Admiralty emissary there, I just spotted. That might be quite handy for later, but let's have a look. We've got enchanting bracer shuffles to do. What have we got here? How much space have we got? 75. Quite a few different things here that we need to sort out. I don't know if we... This is the Iwan's enchanting rod. I don't know if we have to actually keep it on us to be able to get the actual the benefit from it. I kind of feel like I want to keep it on me, although there is a risk of right-clicking it and consuming a veiled crystal, so that could be quite risky. Miss Friday due to a messy pub night. No worries. No worries, Z. Okay, so let's have a look at what we can make and see where we go from there. So, looking at... Now, my Tide Spray prices at the moment, average is 8 gold 78. So that's quite pricey, but that's still okay, I think, based on the last time I looked at my numbers. Let's just have a look here. Bring up. So this is still based on the old values. So we said 8.8, didn't we? Let's just change this to 8.3. No, 8.8. And so Tide Spray Braids the price coming out at 90.6. Let's just double check that a minute. Where are we at there? 8.78. That's close enough. And then the other ones we don't have quite yet. So looking at that, 90 gold for that is currently the cheapest. Gives me an Umbra Shard price of 222. Umbra Shards are actually less than this now. On my last time I looked, they were like 177. But a lot of that's coming down to my weighting value here and here. So I want to do a test of the numbers anyway. Because looking at my weighting here of 15 and 12, I might rebalance those out and try and get something different. Although when the Expulsion price goes up, then the Honourable Cloth price goes up as well. Or any of the Honourable ones go up. So this is like 270 for a Veiled Crystal at the moment. So numbers are quite tight given my current prices. Compared to the market average, it may be worth my time just buying them straight off the auction house. But we want to get some numbers going, so let's do that first. And see how things go from there. What else did I miss on chat there? No, it does nothing clicking on it. Oh, is that right, Midnight? Okay, that's weird. Isn't that supposed to work? You have max level tailoring and leatherworking, currently working on enchanting. Apart from the shuffle, is there any other markets you could look at with those professions? Orators, yeah, there's lots you could do. Basically, a lot of the old world stuff in terms of tailoring and enchanting. I would say there's a lot of there's good recipes in there with bags, Wall of the Draenor. There's the shirts. There's all the old world leveling enchants. So there's plenty to do. Definitely, I'd recommend getting all skill levels in all expansions with both tailoring and enchanting. You like the doubloon change for islands? May actually be able to buy everything someday. I've got no idea about the doubloons and islands. I think I've done an island expedition once. Back at average amounts then. Quite low there for a while. What was my strategy to push it back up again? What was that for, Proxifer? Did I miss that one? Average amounts then, that's good. You were quite low for a while. So in terms of the mailbox, right, okay, so yes, it's what I want to do is have a look at the profit margins on enchanting, and for a long while I was out of chaos crystals, which was affecting how much I could restock on. So I need to make sure that A, I restock on everything, and B, if I have more time, then I'll be able to relist on more frequently. So that would be the other thing to do, is to make sure that, say if I get the chance to go on in the morning and cancel and relist auctions. So in terms of like what we can do, it's a question of just staying on top of the markets a bit more, maybe even resetting a few of them, because there's some gaps there. Like we looked at the Pact of Critical Strike. That reminds me, actually, we needed to look at that, didn't we? So let's just go and do that now. So we could almost do with going here. Did we have a look for this recently? We'll just type it in, that should be easier. Pact of Crit. Let's have a look. So currently going in at 1,700, and my crafting cost is 1,538, based of 4 veiled crystals. So that's looking quite cheap there, in terms of that. MRKSP, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Your level 35 Warlock does reasonably well selling weapon enchants and shirts. Some of the vanilla mod gear. Yeah, exactly, Z. It's a good idea to build up as you go, definitely. Go through my thinking whilst resetting markets. I certainly give that a go, Amok. Ideally, I'd be on top of it a lot more. Let's do a little. It says, Whispers, hey Samadan, love your videos. Thank you. I'm live on Twitch now, in fact. There we go. Too afraid to reset markets. It helps if you have a little bit of working capital. Like I'm currently sitting at around 1.5 million, just under that at the moment, and I don't mind too much. What I have to do though is look at these things, and what I would be doing is looking for jumps in the price brackets. So looking at here, we've got 1795, and we go all the way down here to 18, and then we jump up to 2000 here at this point. So then what I'd do is look at everything below this and say, okay, how much would it cost me to buy all of these packs of Critical Strike, and what's my crafting cost at the moment? 1538. So looking at that, yeah, not a full reset, just a soft reset, pretty stacking for mats. Yeah, that's another good way, Will, is just for kind of having a look at... I mean, you can't really pretty stack things like these enchants, but other things you certainly could. I mean, it would be tempting to buy all of these up at a reasonable price, but then my stock levels at the moment, I've got 7 in total. The problem I have here, this would be my worry, is the fact that material prices may start dropping and fluctuating a lot since the enchanting rod's gone down. I may be better off just looking at my profit margins, and whilst it's still a profit at 257, that's okay for now. What I really need to do is look at my price of veiled crystals and redo my formula so that that profit margin is larger, rather than reset these, because I've got a feeling now, if I was to reset these now, even though they're in demand, I wonder if people would be better off doing something different. And I think the prices on these are going to go down slightly. You just set Battle Ornament runes to 390, it was 320, cost you 17k, should give a profit. Well, it's worth a go. Somebody reset the market for Drums of Fury, should post a few on Erfen. Yes, he's I'm not sure how many he's got at the moment, we didn't do a restock on him. So looking at this, I think, maybe not. Let's have a look. What we could possibly do here is look at which is the cheapest of the 3. Let's have a look. BFA Enchanting. So we've got the BFA Enchanting mats here. We haven't got a shopping operation for the actual enchants themselves. That would be quite useful for looking at things like this. So let's go and do that first. Oh, Nix, thank you very much. 8 months? Wow, that's amazing. How are you, Nick? Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for your continued support. Really do appreciate it. Let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up for Nick's. Hopefully we'll be getting a new emote at the end of the month. I'm thinking of doing the Brutosaur one first, and then we can get another one going in April as well. Good, thanks. How's my mail? We had about 69,000 in the mail, so not too bad, considering I was hardly on at the weekend. And we didn't have everything crafted on Friday, because we were spending all our time doing the enchanting rod quest. So that was good. Oh, we've got some things that have expired here, so we'll need to have a look at those. Good evening, Sparhawk. Doing very well, thank you very much. I was on. Yes, I did go on was it this morning? I was able to relist and recraft a few things. So I got on then, but considering that, I was quite happy with the sales. Yeah, everything expired this morning, so I was on this morning. So let's have a look at getting this group operation for my enchant, so we can have a look at the prices of those. So BFA enchanting, if we look at say the good rings or something like that, and let's put in a shopping operation on those, so we can look at, let's look at shop crafting. That might be quite good. I've got another one there. I've got 2 shop craftings. Let's have a look at what the actual operation is on that. So that is going to be maximum auction price is crafting, show once above max price. So it's going to give me a list of them based on a percentage of my crafting cost. So that might be quite nice. So now when we go in and do shopping here, we can look at rings, packs, good, and run a shopping scan on those. Nothing else is selected, I don't think, so let's do that. Should check the Umbra Shards price. Yeah, I definitely will do. I think it's gone down. I'm not sure how many to buy at this stage. I just unlocked the Culterians today. It was a bit fun questline. I haven't done the Culterians, but I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Just got the Island Expeditions top hat. Very nice. Now you're going to look dapper. Yeah, definitely. Nice one, Amok. Congratulations. So looking at these two, these are a percentage of my crafting cost. So this shows me how close they are. So 129% and 117% from looking at those two. So basically that percentage is a good representation of your profit margins. Looking at that, Pacts of Haste, and then we're looking at whether to repost on here. Pact of Haste, I've got 14 on here at 129. These are slightly underneath here, so we could possibly do that. And then probably not worth buying them though, because we've got quite a few on. And then Critical Strikes we were looking at earlier, we've got one here at just at 117. But apart from that, we haven't really got anything in. We could maybe go in a little bit higher, or we can go in on our same one here. What's the profit at 257 at the moment? So maybe if we click on this and post in here, I think we've got some at the moment. We've got 5. So let's post in at there, then we'll go in underneath, see if we can get a small profit on those. But what we really need to do is get our Veiled Crystals and Umbra Shard prices going on that. But whilst we're looking at shopping, as Arthur said to look at enchanting mats, you can see how much they've probably dropped in price now at the moment. There's so much to do in this game. Really don't get people who complain about nothing to do. Absolutely will. There is so much to do. Wow, look at that Umbra Shard. 74 gold. That's very cheap. Look at that. I would buy that for that price, definitely. That seems very cheap. Oh, just sold enchant offhand. Major intellect. There we go. I am here. Hey, machine. Atty GT, how are you? Can't find enough time to do everything you want to do. Exactly. That's very cheap. 100 gold here as well for these two. That's also cheap. Considering my mat cost is currently telling me 172. They've been dropping since this morning. I mean, I could follow my averages down on this one a little bit, I mean, getting them this cheap saves me time, and as they say, time is money. And then the Umbra Shards, the Gloom Dust are at 17, so that's much higher. My mat cost is coming in at 11 here. And then Veiled Crystals, 250, is pretty cheap. My mat cost is there at 211. Now that's not including the new Veiled Crystals proc rate, so we want to have a look at those first before I start buying these. Although there is a big jump there, 299 to 250. It would possibly be tempting to pick up those two at 250, just for prosperity's sake. Keep the price a little bit high there. There we go. We'll just take those for now, and then let's have a look at. I do want to keep an eye on the Legion enchanting materials, because those are the things that, if I can get some Chaos Crystals at a reasonable enough price, 49 gold for me is reasonable. I could really do with buying those, because I've got 165 now, so I have got some more Chaos Crystals. But looking at that, they then jump up to 100, then 120. I had been buying them at 160, which is okay profit margin wise. Average purchase price is now 49, so we'll take those for now. And then let's have a look quickly at the Bracer Super Shuffle whilst we're here. 2 Golden Lotuses have much use nowadays. You could always trade them into something else, and then sell that thing. It depends on what's worth selling on your server, really. You could try selling them themselves, or using them to convert into things like the Panther gems. Some are great money. Generally have stock on most mounts, but not the Lotus. If it's profitable, then it's profitable. Exactly, for the Spirit of Harmony. Can you not turn turn Golden Lotus into Spirits of Harmony? Or Motes of Harmony? Or am I mistaken there? I can't remember what you can convert from what in the... Oh, it's the other way around, is it? Oh yes, that's right. From the vendor. You make a lot of profit, but have a spreadsheet to calculate if they make profit on your realm or any realm. That's pretty good, Canada. 1 Spirit of Harmony is 2 Lotus. Yes, that's the way around it goes. Then you can use... The Alchemist needs to use the Lotus, isn't it? So, looking at this, Calcified Bones looking quite cheap. I like that price of 1 gold 63. Let's buy some of this up. We have a fair amount of it anyway, so we'll just take the super cheap ones. Shimmer Scale is also at 7 gold 40. That is a very good price. I'm going to take up some of these. I'm going to leave that single one as an offering to the auction house gods, and then we'll take up everything up to this stack of 200 here. That way we've got a good chunk. I might go even a bit higher to maybe 880, up to the 9 gold mark. That could be useful, because Shimmer Scale is good for Erfen, for his braces. If we run out of Tide Spray, this works also. What is the price actually here? 935 at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty high. Maybe you need to do a scan and reset some markets again. Quite possibly, Nix. It's worth it. 2 weeks of farming herbs in your panda farm then. Well, there's something you could possibly do with it, Z, I'm sure. Potion of Luck and call it a day. When it sells, make a video called Make Millions with Golden Lotus. That would work, Rasheen. You never know. Although, doesn't the Potion of Luck actually... Isn't it useful for... having 2 of them to have the... Is it the Potion Master? Still, yeah, that's it, the Potion Mastery quest. Yeah, it is for the Potion Master. I do remember correctly. Right, let's go through and just buy a few more of these. Seems good. Yep, definitely. Right, let's go for those. Leave those for now. Anything else we want to probably grab here? Bloodstained Bones. We've got a lot of these already. Miscale we're avoiding at the moment. Nylon Thread's a nice price though. Under 52 gold. So let's take those. fact, I'll take that one as well. Then I'll leave the single on as my offering to the gods, and then the rest I'll scoop up until 52, because it's easy that way. Sometimes pets better use for the yards, so check Rascalbot and Pierre. Yeah, Pierre's a good one, definitely. So cool, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on board. We're just going through buying a whole load of stuff at the moment. Hopefully, once the auction house is caught up to speed at the moment, it's going a little bit slow at the moment. Don't give up on sky golems before flying patch hits. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Once flying hits, then people are going to be running around all over the place. Sold 3 of the cooking fridge at 12k a pop from the yards. Very nice, Danny. And thanks for stopping by. I don't think I said hello to you yet. There we go. God, I've still got some more to do here. 32 and 12. Let's go and do those. Oh, well, Proxiver, thank you very much for the sub bomb there. Thank you very much indeed. That's extremely kind of you. Let's see, lots of thumbs ups and chef's hats for Proxiver and your gifted subs. Thank you very much for your continued generosity. Very kind of you. Now that's going to go through for a while. Yeah, I hope flying comes soon. Yeah, it will be nice. Although I'm enjoying being ground-based as well at the moment. It's back to Songbell for Spirit of Harmony, which you can easily farm elsewhere, or the mining seeds. The mining ones might be good, see? They could be quite good. Especially, is it the Black Trillium, I think, sells quite well for some reason, compared to the rest. What a ledge. Very much indeed, Midnight. Let's go through all of these. Up to the 50. You missed the flying part now. Tired of running around on the ground. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it when flying does come in. But I'm kind of, I'm okay at the moment with being on the ground too. Okay, I'm going to leave all the rest of these. I've got loads of stuff I've just purchased. So rather than go pick that up, I'm going to go and just use up some of my space here and clear that out. So let's make some braces. Let's start with that. We've got some stuff we didn't craft this morning. So I'm still missing quite a few things here. So let's just clear that queue out for the moment. And let's have a look at crafting wise my Time Spray braces. We can make 80 of them at the moment. So we don't quite have enough space for 80 in one go. So let's just go and clear my bank a little bit more. I've got a few other bits and pieces. Hold on, there we go. Go through there, and we'll pop these in, a few of these things in the reagent bank, just so we can clear out some space. So, Chaos Crystals, just sold Tome of Illusions Pandaria. Now, Veiled Crystals and things I want to keep in the reagent bank. Leylight Shard, Umbra Shard, so I can keep an eye on the numbers there. Go through these and just clear those out. Volatile Life, Blood of Sargeras we can do. And then we're going to keep hold of those for the moment. Bolt of Ember Silk Cloth I need for my Hydral Expedition bag. Alright, let's leave all of that for the moment. That gives me a little bit more space. And I'll start crafting those braces, and then we'll go and have a look at what's gone on in the chat. So 80 braces, let's go with those. Right, what did I miss? That's because I never leave the auction house. That's very much true. Nice Billis, nice mailbox posted on Twitter. Billis always has some very nice mailboxes. That's very true. Ready to fly, tired of being dazed and bumping into rocks. Need some help from 4 people on Shadow Song, Azuna, EU Alliance for sign up for a guild. If there's one to help, I can certainly help with that next. Give me a moment, and I can bring someone over. Spider can't fly, so happy running around. Always a pleasure working on getting those daily live streams from you doing. Well, you're certainly heading in the right direction. That's definitely true. So thank you very much, Proxiver. No idea what sells, to be honest. Probably stockpile them for dual crafting mounts and the golem. Not a bad idea, Z. That's what I'd be using them for. You have a tune on Shadow Song. Excellent, that's good. Bacon Bits, good evening to you all. Catch you, good evening to you. Hit 300k for the first time today. Excellent, congratulations. Very nice. Where are you at? Have you got everyone over? Have a tune on the sooner. What's yours name? Oh, we've got lots of people over then. Okay, you should have enough for the moment. If you need any more next skip, let me know. And I can pop over with one of my other characters. In fact, we could probably do that anyway, because I think we have Hellfire, my warlock that I never use. She could probably help you out. Let's go on over. Let's do that. Quick that. Log out. Now, I don't believe I got Nadamas, my priest. Oh, actually level 12. In fact, he's higher than I thought. I got Feng Shu, my monk, who's on the Wandering Isles still. And I got Hellfire, my little gnome warlock that's level 23. She can come on over. Let's see if she can get to Stormwind quite quickly. Don't know where the Hearthstone's set for. Don't know if she's in the guild or not yet. Let's go and have a look. Your talents have been reset. That's how long it's been. There we are. No guild as yet. So let's see where my Hearthstone's set for. Bring up my bags. I don't appear to have a Hearthstone. Okay, not a good start. Let's go to a Flight Master. Or we can go to an inn actually and pick up a new Hearthstone. Let's go have a look. Where's the innkeeper? Innkeeper, let me browse your goods. Can I get a Hearthstone off of you? Where do I get a Hearthstone from?
Watch your back. What's on your
Make this in your home.
See you soon.
Oh, I do have a Hearthstone. What was I talking about? Oh, Lion's Pride Inn. Couldn't see it. It was there. I was blind. You get the Hearthstone by making it in your home. Oh, okay, and you have it in your bag anyway. Yes, thank you. Erfen, how are you? That's if you can get the energy to level another couple of tunes. Fair enough. Right, where are we at? Lion's Pride Inn. That means we need to head on over to Stormwind from here. Let's go get a little flight. That's going to be quickest, I think. We can't fly yet, can we? Let's go on over. Where's my Stormwind? There it is. Let's go on in. Have a little flight. Coming on over, Nix. Should be able to be with you in a moment. New challenge, turn that 9 gold on my warlock into 1 million. That's a good idea. I would like to do something like that, Haxaholic, on, I'd like to start on a brand new server, like on a NA server, and start with a fresh character, and turn, and earn enough gold. Oh look, there's a Colterian. And earn enough gold to be able to pay for the NA subscription. That's the next challenge I'd quite like to do. Right, where's me? Coming round here for the moment. Where's the main entrance? There it is. I see someone dapper over here. Have I phased? I wonder if I have. Oh, you've got enough, Nix? Oh, excellent. That's good. No worries. There you go. Mall at ATT. All the things. I like the guild name. Excellent. Right, let's swap over back to Samadan. Cool, glad you got it sorted. Let's just jump on over to Samadan. Come back into here. thinking of challenging yourself, making an account with 0 gold and seeing how long it takes to make 1,000,000. I think it's a good idea. It's things like that will be a good fun, and fresh challenges help consolidate your knowledge and information. Am I EU or US? I am EU. I play on Shadowsong EU mainly, but it would be nice to have an NA account as well. So we made all those braces. Looking at that, let's have a look at what we got there. So we had, that's 10 I think normally, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we got 10 blues out of our 80 braces. So let's go into our, not the super shuffle, we want the other one, new bracer numbers. Look at our new averages here. So we have made 80 braces, 10 of them were blues, and that means 70 of them were greens. So we will go and disenchant those blues and see what we get. Veiled Umbra and Gloom. Just make sure I haven't got any Veiled Umbra and Gloom on me. Fractured. No, I don't think I do. So let's disenchant these first. Let's just move that window and minimize that one. There we are. That was the 4th guild. Wow, that's brilliant, Nix. That's lots of storage. It quickly gets filled up though, doesn't it? So let's just move this over so we can see the numbers appear on the left here. Well, we haven't got Oreo at the moment anyway, so we'll turn his camera off for now. There we go. You can fill it up ASAP. Yeah, I can imagine. Right, let's go through and disenchant these. So we got, from that first one, 2 Umbra Shards, 1 Gloom Dust, and 1 Veil Crystal. So there we go. Confirmed. We're getting Veil Crystals from the blues. Very nice. So, first one was lucky. How else have we got? 2 Umbra Shards, 2 Gloom Dust. Okay. And then 2 Umbra Shards, 2 Gloom. Another one. And another Veil Crystal. So that's 2 Veil Crystals. And very nicely done. Oh, and there's another one coming in. So good numbers, definitely good numbers. Okay, so we got from that 3 Veiled Crystals, 14 Gloom Dust, and 20 Umbra Shards. So we'll put that into our new spreadsheet here. I'll put in my name here. Oops, got caps lock on. Remember, you can also put your own numbers into this spreadsheet, so we can add up everyone's. Now I can see why prices are dropping, definitely, because that's very nice. 3 Veiled Crystals just from those 10 blues. Umbra Shards were... what were the Umbra Shards? That was the Gloom Dust. Umbra Shards were 20, and Gloom Dust was 14. So that's very good. So what we need to do is find out how much cloth thread and expulsum we get from that. I think we should probably send this lot over to Erfen to do that, because it's still cheaper to do the honourable leather at the moment for me. So let's go on over to the mailbox, get that sorted. Oh, you have to kill the witches about 7 more times. Excellent, Riso. Won't take you too long at all. So let's go through and... oh, we had all those purchases, didn't we? Before we do that, let's send over, using our groups, Tide Spray send greens to Erfen. So mail selected groups. Watch those disappear, hopefully. Let those go through, and then we can do the other side of the shuffle. So the proc rate's definitely going to be good on these. Right, those are all sent. So let's, whilst we're here, just pick up some of these purchases, as we've got quite a few of them. Shimmer scale and so on and so forth. Maybe you can help my IO having a hard time farming deep sea satin. What's the best way to get a few stacks? OG Rupert, that's an interesting one. Oh, Hexaholic, thank you very much for the follow. In terms of deep sea satin, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I mean, I was doing the 2x4 farm for about an hour and a half and got about 80 deep sea satin, so it wasn't a huge amount by any stretch. It looks like we've stopped collecting these at the moment. Let me just try that again. There we go. Hey, Fuzzy Wuzzy Tito, love the name. How are you? Tried my shuffle the other day, but think I did something wrong. You ended up losing gold. I think you bought mats. You bought mats that might have been too high. Ah, yes, that can have a. You do need to check your average buy prices, definitely. It can. I certainly am one for this. I get carried away buying things, and I don't always keep an eye on my averages. Here comes Oreo. He's just a black mass at the moment. But hopefully, if you can get a handle on your averages, then you should start making some money on that. Obviously, your server prices may vary, though. You've got so many guild to watch, and yourself. Yeah, definitely. Can't be farmed directly. There's no spot that gives you more deep sea satin than any other. Okay, thank you, Rasheen. Unless you multi-box. Yes, that's the other thing. Isn't nylon thread a vendable item? Wondering why people buy it in the auction house. Well, for me, I buy it because... Well, we've got some expires here. Let's deal with those. I buy the nylon thread when it's less than my vendor cost. What's multi-box stuff? Nice one. Buy the thread if it's under the vendor price. Exactly. People do post it on for less than the vendor price. Let's just open up all of these, I think. Get those off, and then we'll post on those things that have expired. Let's check my other things that there's nothing else that's going to expire. Let's just have a quick look at that. Let's just move out here. Have I got any other bits going on here in my auctions? No, that was the last of it. Okay, so let's go have a look at posting those on first. So select everything. Then we need to go back over to Erfen and do the other half of the shuffle. So yeah, with the shuffle, it's make sure that it's a profit for you before you start doing it, because otherwise your time is better spent doing other things, unfortunately. It's not always a guaranteed money maker. Okay, there goes Mark of the Heavy Hide for 63,000. Your nylon thread average buy is 42 silver because people are selling it low. That's pretty nice, actually. 42 is a good price. It's amazing how much it adds up. Okay, so let's take these on for that price, but Mark of the Heavy Hide will change. We don't want 63,000, we want it more like 2,000. So I'm going to change this to 1,900. And that one to change that to 2,400. That's a better price. Post that on, and then the rest of those all look reasonable to me. Just check. Oh, shadowy masks are back in. They've been reset. That's nice. Back up to 4,000 because their crafting cost was 1,200. So that's very nice. There we go. Well, token is 170k now. Yeah, it did take a bit of a bump upwards when the transfers and things were cheaper. They've got a sale on at the moment for that, haven't they? People like you sell vendor mats in the auction house because people like to have a service offered where they don't have to go and find the vendor the mat's coming from. Exactly, Rishi. That is the service. 109, yeah. 190 is a little bit. That's a big mistype.
find anything
Okay.
exotic, bring it to me.
We should buy WoW tokens and play that market and sell them back. That's an interesting idea. Because there's a great big difference on it, though, it wouldn't quite work in its current format, would it? As described on your server, though, it makes regular income from selling the parchment. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens, as Rasheen could certainly attest to. You liked the price before the 8.15. It was on 140. Was it as low as 140? That was pretty good. I needed to get a few more of those. I need to buy one more. I've got another month left, though, to do that. So we'll have a look a bit later. Right, how much bag space have I got? Because we're going to need some here. Oh, 121. That should be fine. Let's go and open my mail and collect up all of this Tide spray. Ready for scrapping. I'll do this lot. I don't think it will keep on increasing. Obviously, it's got more popularity at the moment now that people have come back for 815. I imagine give it a week or two and it will steady off again. Maybe even before then. But you never know with prices. You never know what they're going to release that is going to tempt people to make some to sell some more stuff. Use level, leave blacksmithing hammers and those black shirts from the vendor around the corner from Storming Bank. Stash out that way on many a server. Yeah, those, I heard about the blacksmithing hammers and the mining picks and all those ones. I do it with the cooking ingredients. That seems to work well with me. Fusaka's quite a good seller. That's one of the ones that's done that. Doesn't make sense why they put them on for less than the vendor price. No, that doesn't make sense, definitely. Until you found out about the scrapping thing, then it does make sense. Yeah. Right, okay, we need to just make sure we've cleared out everything scrapping wise. We've got no expulsum here, have we? No, no nylon thread or anything else. Okay. So off we go. Let's go scrap these. Nothing else in the scrap? Nope. Let's queue these up then. And let's go through. Okay, let's bring the bags up whilst we do this. Start scrapping. See what we get. Nylon thread and expulsum wise on this lot. Used to sell yours all the time. You had it in the base group. Yeah, just by mistake. That's brilliant. Insulated wiring is just crazy for you. Interesting one, sensors. That's a very specific one, that one. Okay, got our first expulsum in. That's a good start. See how many braces we can make out of this. No one made an add-on for vendor runs with a little TomTom arrow. I think there is one, Will. I remember the Gold Queen talking about one. It's called something. Oh, is it Broken Machine? What was the one I was thinking of? Begins with an N, or for some reason I think it's like a. It used to be on the consortium website, wasn't it? Way back when that was a thing. I did have it on my list of add-ons to look at, but I haven't looked at that one in a long time. Does Meraki have a blog with that? That could be pretty cool. Hey Anoto, how are you? You're sad it's broke. Yeah, it's a shame when these older add-ons get neglected, especially when they are useful to a select few. You're doing alright? Excellent. Good to hear. Very well, thank you very much. Just going through and scrapping at the moment, just to see if we can get some good numbers for our bracers with the new enchanting rod. So hopefully we should get something good from it. We've already got some good ones, some blues. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get from the actual bracers themselves, the honourable ones that we're going to make in a moment. So we're going to go through and do. I can't see quite how many we've got. I don't think it's 19. I think we've got 9 expulsum at the moment. I'll have a look once everything's stopped being greyed out, and we'll take it from there. Let's just scrap these last ones, certainly. yeah, for those who haven't checked out Mariki's blog, it's well worth a look at. Lots of gold making hints in there. There's so many great gold makers in the community. So we got 10 Expulsum, 95 Tide Spray Linen, and 100 Nylon Thread. So let's go through our new numbers here and pop those in here. So cloth, we got 95. Thread, we got 100. And Expulsum, we got 10. There we go. So from that, we're going to make 10 bracers. We're going to make the Honourable Combatants leather arm guards, because our Tempest hide has an average purchase price of 4 gold 30. So, and our calcified bone currently has an average buy price of 2 gold 41, which gives us a crafting cost of 211 gold, which is the price of our veiled crystals at the moment. Permission to link Marikis? Oh, definitely, Pilon. Go ahead, please do. Her price is my server. That scribe market is ripe for the taking. I don't know about the herb prices. I haven't really looked into it yet. Maybe that's something to go for. 4th guilds are settled. Excellent, Nix. Good to know. There we go. Thank you, Peleon. Okay, so we're going to go through and do 10 of these and send them over to Samadan. It's just a small sample number to start off with, but then hopefully we'll, as more people get more numbers, we can get a better idea. I know Rashin's got a huge data set for some of these, but I want to sort of see what we can get using this method and then add our own in. So let's go post these to Samadan. Watch me rain. How are you? What's my professional setup like across my characters? So we've got Erfen here, who's my leather worker and skinner. My main Samadan is the enchanter, tailor, cook, and occasional fisher. And then I've also got a Death Knight Almorte, who's a blacksmith alchemist. No, a mining alchemist who's got transmute mastery, and then Awakening, my other alchemist who's got herbalism and alchemy, is the potion master alchemist. Bigger than yours. Right, so let's go through and just post these over. So mail selected groups over to Samadan. So Samadan's going to take all those honourable braces, all 10 of those, and we're going to swap over to Samadan to check in on those. Oh, we do need to do a restock on Erfen. Must remember that. Oh, what did I miss on? Hey, Skillshots Live, how are you? Use Rashin's numbers to add Veil Crystals to the price of Umbra. You just added with a 3.84 times 12 items in the brackets at the end of my formula. How you decided on the weighted values of 15 and 12 for the Umbra and Expulsum. For me, it was a way of... let's go bring up the spreadsheet and have a look at it. So looking at this spreadsheet, this is the one we're talking about. So on here, I've got... Let's see if I can't really make this a lot bigger. So we've got here the weighting values of 15 and 12. I simply played around with these numbers and looked at these numbers of the Umbra Shard, Gloom Dust and Expulsum and tried to get something that was kind of similar to my DB market price at the time. And then if I look at the Expulsum goes into the Honourable Leather Bracer, which then turns into the Veiled Crystal price. And so I was looking also at the Veiled Crystal price versus the DB market and using the weighted values to try and get something that was an even spread between all three of them. So it's kind of like a balancing act. So you can play with the numbers in the latest spreadsheet, but the formula at the moment doesn't update. It still uses the you can see the number in here, the 15 here, and the 12, the 1 and the 15 here. I need to update this. Dado's got a good version of my spreadsheet that does do the automatic updating, including the averages, so I need to include that in this sheet when I get a moment. But you can play around with these numbers and have a look at what it does to the price here of the Umbra Shard, Gloom Dust and Expulsum. Say for instance, if I take the Expulsum weighting up to 15, the same as Gloom, then you go over here and you have a look. Oh, let me press enter. There we go. And now you look at the weighting between the two of them. They're now 206 each. So the Umbra Shard's gone down slightly, but the Expulsum's gone up slightly. And as a reflection of that, that means that the Veil Crystal price has now gone up to 298 because the Expulsance required on this is added in. This is using the old proc rates though. This is not using the new ones yet. So obviously these numbers aren't quite accurate yet. So that's kind of how I came up with the values. It simply was playing around and seeing what was working on my server. So obviously your values may vary, and if you do change your weighted values, just make sure you update your formula here at the bottom and look for the numbers, the 15 at the beginning here, the 1 at the beginning here, and the 12 at the beginning at the bottom here. And then over on the right hand side you've got 12, 1 and 15 again that represents the same thing there. And then match it with what you've got here, the 15, 1 and the 12. So if you do change them, that's how you can do it in the formula. But I'll try and get this sorted so that it will automatically do it. But that's for another project in the near future. I have to go to bed sadly. Oh, no worries, Pilon. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. Trying to start your own gold making adventures and looking for ideas and how to set up adventures. Well, whatever's fun for you is the main thing. That's the important thing. Sorry, not adventures, professions. No worries. Adventures is good too, though. Each profession is an adventure to learn, to be fair, exactly. As she says. And there's sensors in there as well. Good evening, Itsy Misses. How are you? Mailbox was 69,000, so wasn't massive, but still reasonable. There's still a few things we haven't crafted yet, so we need to go and sort that out at some point. You already changed the formula to reflect the new increased proc rate of Umbras to 32 instead of 22. Okay, it makes sense to add Umbra to the price of Veil Crystals, since you now get 1.1 Umbras per epic bracer. Yeah, I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do that in terms of numbers, because at the moment I hadn't taken the Umbra Shard price off of the Veil Crystals, but I think it's worth it now to do like you said, a weighting of the two. So let's have a look. Let's deal with these first. Let's have a look at our numbers. So, got everything that was sent over, so let's open the mail on these. Now we should have 10 braces to disenchant. So we've got all these here. Make sure I disenchant the right things. So in terms of numbers, what do we get here? So 1 Veiled, 1 Umbra. 2 Veiled Crystals. Wow, that's amazing. And then 1 Veiled, 1 Umbra. So you're getting quite a lot through this. 1 Veiled, 1 Umbra. Am I keeping track of these actually? As there's only 10, we should be able to add these up, because we have got Veiled and Umbras still here. So I'm going to have to count these up once I've done it, because I didn't clear my bags of Veiled and Umbras. So I'll have a quick look at this, and then we'll go through and total it up. But we're getting some good Veiled numbers, definitely. This is very promising. I wonder if they'll change the numbers in the future, because this is very generous as it is at the moment. So looking at that, from those 10 we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Veiled Crystals. Wow. Okay, let's put that in whilst it's in my head. Leatherworking, honourable leather braces. Samadan. 10 braces. I've forgotten how many it was. I'm going to recount that up again. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? Let's just expand that a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, it was 14. Check twice, type once, as they say. There we go. And Umbra shards, we got 1, 2, 3. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Umbra shards. There we go. Pop those in there. That's been done. Stoop 14. How do I go about getting deep sea satin? It's mainly through the auction house if I can. I don't actually go and farm it myself because there's no, as Rasheen was saying earlier, there's no real reliable way of farming it from any single place. It just goes through randomly, really. Let me see what I miss on chat there. Do you have enough tunes to get all professions at least once? Yeah, that's definitely what I want. So I'd get one of each, possible getting more than one of things like alchemy. Yeah, definitely would recommend that. I think you need to be going to bed and get early tomorrow, drive your wife to work. And 9 is also, okay, Nix, thank you. Try just to think about it. Well, good luck, Nix. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. Sorry if I've missed you already before you've gone. What else did I miss on? Not nearly enough gold to level the mould. Yeah, that's the other thing. Look forward to my spreadsheet because not that great at math. No worries. How to analyse TSM data was very helpful. Okay, no worries. Skillshot, glad it was useful. Found out you made 5 million profit from enchanting whilst losing 1.5 on tailoring and leatherworking. Interesting. So is that 1.5 million on the tailoring and leatherworking? Does that actually go into your enchanting, I wonder? Hi guys, how are you? Enjoyed my shuffle spreadsheet. As an accountant, you made your own to utilise the new distance tool, only small data thus far. Excellent. Glad to hear you're making good use of it. I'm going to be doing similar myself once I've got some good numbers through on the different proc rates. What do I think are the most profitable professions to have if you plan on levelling on a new server with a new patch? I don't know. I would probably be doing my tailoring and enchanting as my first ones, or maybe some gathering profession, simply because I know those professions so well. Mainly because for Legion, having 2 cards on one of your turns is pretty good. Then Legion came out and obtaining bloods in a decent required a gathering profession, and bloods of Sierra was soulbound, so technically you needed 1 crafting possession paired with a gathering profession on each tune. And then BFA thinks it different again. Interesting, actually. I hadn't thought about that. Which server do I recommend to start afresh? I still recommend tailoring and enchanting on a fresh tune. I certainly would, as I just said in Forsec. As for server side, I personally prefer medium pop. I don't have experience on a high pop server, but if you have experience on a high pop server, then certainly give it a go. There's plenty of people like Rasheen here that make good money on that. Yeah, I'm welcome to have a look at your spreadsheet, Haggis. If you post it either here or in my Discord, I'd love to sort of like have a look at how you worked your numbers out. Think about what tunes you enjoy playing on. 2 crafting sessions paired like tailoring and leatherworking. 1 tunes the replicated recipes more easily obtained. Yeah, that's a good point actually. The reputation can be a real bind, can't it? You bought most of the leatherworking and tailoring stuff for the shuffle, so the losses probably factor into the enchanting. Yeah, most likely. I found that with my leatherworking and enchanting, it was the same. Oh, did I miss your message, Tarinia? I do apologise. Where was it? Let me see if I can find it up here. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Tarinia, where are you? Oh, there we go. Look at my latest video and heard you have animated games. Just curious, what games have I helped to animate? Now this is an interesting one. I hadn't actually realised it, but I read in the news the other day that I hadn't put together that Path of Exile was done by a company called Grinding Gear Games, and way back in 2009 I actually did some animations for Grinding Gear Games, so I think it was for an early version of Path of Exile, so that was quite cool. I'm sure those animations haven't actually made it into the game, but that was quite interesting. And I've done other games, like I worked for Rare, worked on what's it called, Dinosaur Planet, Star Fox Adventures. That was one of the most famous games I worked on. And I've done a whole load of other things for games that never saw the light of day, unfortunately. Oh, Skillshot Live, thank you very much for using your Prime. Very kind of you. Let's see some chef's hats and a thumbs up for Skillshots. Oh, and Haggis, thank you also for using your Prime. Very kind of you. Let's put some more chef's hats and thumbs up. And Haggis also for the follow. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. There we go. What did I miss on that? Good advice for Rasheen. Pretty good. Thank you, Will, for stopping by. I hope you have a good sleep. I hope to see you again soon. Actually, that's fine. I don't know if it's in actually the game at all, but it was kind of interesting to know. Actually, we've seen in a while. Looking forward to doing that full time. Thank you, Skillshots. Very kind of you. That is the goal. It will take me a while to get there because I have to obviously make enough to be able to give up my full-time job. Nice kid. Thank you, Kaita. This is Oreo. We call him Fluffmorn. He's currently just parked off in the background. If he comes over here, he can come and join in a little bit better. Is there a way I can contact me other through Discord? You don't have that yet. No worries. There is an email. You can access it through my YouTube channel. If you go onto the About Me, there is a for business inquiries. There's a show email there if you wanted to contact me through email. Oh, that's very kind of you, Proxiver. Wow, that's absolutely huge. It helped me grow my following on Twitch and YouTube quite a bit. Wow, that's extremely kind of you, Proxiver. You're more than welcome to contact me. If you grab it from there. Meanwhile, Oreo's having a little bit of a play. Does like his belly being rubbed. I need to do a Oreo full screen camera. At the moment, he's just having a play. There we go. Oh, there we go. I've got your belly. Oreo. Right, let's carry on. What have we got? We got some more Tide Spray here that we can make. Some more Tide Spray braces. How many, in fact, can we make based off of this? Another 70. We could do another shuffle here, but I'm tempted to change things up a little bit. Maybe we should have a look at that tailoring quest. Let's go have a look at that. See if we can get that at least started. So I can see someone over here who's been waiting. Time Weaver Delorme, who's looks to be trapped inside a sphere of some kind. You can see me, thank goodness. Lost the pulse of time. Collect 5 Tide Spray linen and 5 deep sea satin.
Walk in starlight.
Okay, I think we've got the deep sea satin. Where is it? It's in the guild vault. Let's go get it. One moment, be right back. Okay, thank you, Haggis. Very kind of you. Let's go have a look. There we go, this way. And then we'll run through here. And, right, let's have a look at deep sea satin. We need to get some of that from here. Some from here. We only need 5. I'll take 60. There we go, ready for turn-in. Let's head on back. Let Samadan run through. So much to do in this game. Let's just try and get a bit further with these profession quests. I've still got plenty to do more after them. Level 100 Coltiran Human Mage. Very nice, AtiGT. Very nice indeed. You're back. That was fast. Or was it? Well, I didn't use my mount. Even though it should be able to let me reorient myself. There we go. Okay, and what do we need to do? Ever been in this time before? In fact, I believe that's way. Assist in repairing the Tears of Time. Okay. Seems to be multiple versions of you around everywhere. Where have we got to do? Go over here. Track down Ascension Time. Okay, let's mount up for this, it'll be easier. What does the Tailoring questline give? It gives you this thing that opens up a rift, I believe, and then you go and kill the monsters in the rift and you get extra random cloth. Is how I believe it to work. That's quite a nice effect. Kudos to the special effects people for making that one. Thing that lets you fix rifts in the world. Okay, where's the next one? Okay. This one. Are you doing it? Or do I have to do this one? I'll observe your handling of the thread. Okay, oh, we need to do this one. Okay. Let's do ours. That's cool. We're going to have a screenshot of this in a moment. There we go. Let's go get the next one. Where's the tear? There it is. Okay. Alt Z. There we go. There's the next one. Here. Do that. There we go. You love playing WoW when you have me talking in the background. So chill. Oh, thank you, Anjoy. Very kind of you to say so. Kind of just try and keep things as mellow as possible, because I know people like to do other things whilst the stream is on. And a vendor can appear selling patterns. Oh, that could be a nice one. Various rare chance of time, lost vendor to appear that sells you former unobtainable or bugged recipes for an embroidered deep sea satin. Oh yes, this is very nice. I like the idea of both of those. Embroidered deep sea satin being the currency for the tailoring recipes. That's alright actually, we got quite a lot embroidered deep sea satin. Okay, so we've done that. Speak with when you're ready to leave and investigate the disturbance. Okay, I am ready. Let's try this one. Speak with her to leave with her. Okay, where are we off to? This is going to be interesting. I actually know nothing about this. Oh, right, okay. We're in Tanaris. What do we need to do? Rolling up the sleeves means... Hold on, let me just read that. Kill anomalies. And the severed thread is investigate the corpses. Okay. Kill anomalies. And there's a corpse as well. So I can do that. Inspect that. Kill that. Do that at the same time. We can kill at least a couple of these. There we go. Let's do that. What else we miss? You got a dog on your server. Interesting. How do you mean? There we go. Done that one. Unstable essences. Distance seems further than it first appears here. There we go. And you keep snatching up the undercut stuff. Wonder when he notices when you're done with the auction house and buy his. I don't think so, Rasheen. I'm not sure what server Mushy plays on actually. Okay, let's move on through and collect up some more. There's another anomaly there, but let's find some corpses. We need to help out with this, at least. Investigate that. Oh, we've got quite a few. We could probably take a few of these down. There we go, let's do them all at once. You're on an empty realm. Just a few gold makers that have given up. That's not a bad position to be in, Meshi. Too strong with the mind games. I don't know. I mean, I think it all depends on your outlook, really. I think different people can certainly have different skills towards different areas. I'm not one for generalising, that's for sure. There we go. That's 8 slain. Not many corpses around. How many corpses do we need to find? Well, there's another thing to investigate there. Severed thread. There we go. We need to do that. How many more anomalies? Do that, do that. 8 of 12, that's 2. And get another one maybe. And another one there. That should be enough. Right, there we go. Right, there we go. Let's do these. I like pushing buttons sometimes. Taking counsel from Rasheen. Nice, definitely sensors. I would recommend it. Rasheen has proved herself to be extremely skilled. If you do get the chance, if you haven't already, Rasheen has been interviewed by, oh, what's his name? I always forget it when I want to remember it. What's his channel again? Help me out, Rasheen. It was a good insight into Every Last Copper. That was it. Thank you very much. Every Last Copper has a few interviews where he's interviewed Shin's Tales of Gold and Rasheen and myself. I don't know if his videos are still on his Twitch VODs. Have to look out for them. There we go. Delorme investigated. Go do that one. I think it was Every Last Copper as the exact one. What else do we need to do? Do we need to investigate this? Where are you? Ah, there you are. You've caught up.
We see the stars.
Rolling up the sleeves. Severed thread. Complete those two. Okay. Enter the time rift and do the next bit. Where are we off to next? Somewhere Legion.
Nest thugs have been harassing my supporters. I know those beasts of House Stellaris are behind it.
Oh, okay. Stellaris. Where are we? What do we need to do? What's happening? That thing is killing her. We need to stop it. Please, I need your help to save myself. Stop the Shade of Delorme from killing Magistrix Delorme. Okay, interesting. Let's help out with this then. Oh, you're evading that one. Okay. Why are you evading that one? Hey, Malsperm. How are you? Okay, stop the Shade. What can we do? You're on evading. Are you bugged? This could be a thing. If the shoe fits. I think it's killing me. It's killing me. We need to stop it. Please, I need your help to save myself. Stop the Shade. Okay. We're just trying to work out how to help on this one, but it does appear to be slightly bugged. What if we were to abandon this quest and start it again? Click the thingy on the edge. There's a thingy on the edge? Oh yes, there is. That's the grapple point though. That sends me down there. That's not going to take me anywhere, is it? Oh, is that working now? No, it's still evading. We've got Soul with us. What else can we do here? Is there any point masquerading? Let's try that again. This does look like it might be slightly bugged. Let's try Let's try abandoning it and starting it again, if that works. Good evening, GlitterX. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Let's abandon that one. And let's start that again. See if it rephases in. Accept. Nope, you're still evading. Can't do anything. Schism. Evade. Nothing in my bag. I can't see anything that would apply to it in this instance, because normally you'd have the thing on the side. Okay. Wonder if I can AoE, maybe. Doesn't help. What happens if we fly out of this area and come back in? Maybe if it phases in and back out. Hey Deruta, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just having a slightly bugged quest here, I think. I'm just going to try a little circuitous route. Come out and back in again. It's kind of the equivalent of turning it off and on again. Try and get everything reloaded in. It could be that... No, we're still evading. Not much luck here. Okay. If it's evading... you checked Wellhead. Okay, thank you, It's and Misses. Teleport to Stormwind, turn the war mode on, and teleport to Dalaran and fly back to Suramar. Shade should be killable then. Oh, right. Can't attack them. I'll try change phase. About a local group, and by turning war mode off, could escape the phase you was in and the bug mob that wasn't attackable. Have you moved on to the next quest? Okay. Thank you, Procs. Very kind, and thank you, Itsy Misses. Very kind of you both. Maybe join a group to go to another shard. That could be another option, couldn't it? Let's go in Stellaris Silver Moon. Is there one there? Hold on. Not sure we can do one there. 43959. 439. No groups in that one. Okay, let's try war mode and then back again. Although there are a lot of horde around here, that could be interesting. Dropped the quest, flew to Dalaran and ported Stormwind, turned war mode, ported back to Dalaran and flew back to the quest holder, retook the quest. Okay, so it seems to be the general thing, war mode and dropping the quest. So let's try this. Just try and remember where we are here, over here. Okay. Abandon that. Then let's head on back to Hearthstone. War mode's going to be interesting. See what happens. So, what have we got in terms of portal rooms? I haven't found the portal things yet. So, let's go have a look. I know we're missing quite a lot over in Dalaran. So, let's go over and have a look what we've got left here. Obviously, we should have a Stormwind one. There we go. Portal to Stormwind. Ported back to Dalaran, flew back to the quest holders, took the quest. Okay, so war mode. This is a good one. What do we? Where's war mode? Character info. There must be a PvP thing here somewhere, I imagine. Professions, discipline, achievements, war campaign. It's in talents, is it? Okay. Specializations and talents. Talents, PvP talents. War mode. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. We'll try this. This could be interesting. Is this the portal room? Oh, it is, isn't it? Wow. I haven't seen this before yet. I like it. It looks beautiful. Where do we need to go? Veralis? Is there one to Dalaran? Let's hope there is one. Otherwise I'm going to be slightly stuck. Pordon Village, Shatrath, Crystal Song Forest, and Exodar. Okay. Which Dalaran? I want to go to New Dalaran. So it must be here somewhere, surely. Just to Legion Dalaran. Portal to Azuna. Okay, let's go to Azuna. Over here. Thank you all. It's nice. It's a nice room. I can see what they did there. So from here, we now want to go all the way over there to the other way. So it's not quite as useful. Let's go just get ourselves stuck at the moment. Now we've got war mode on, so this could be interesting. So I want to go ahead in this direction anyway. Yeah, the old... I do miss those portals. It's a bit of a shame, convenience-wise. So we're going to go and have a look and see where we go. So Suramar, we go in here, down to this quest in the Shoe Fits. So let's head in this direction. A little bit of a flight to do. So 3 bloods there. The Stonehide Leather. What's that one? Withered sent to Shalaran. No, we'll ignore that one as well. Just enjoy the flight for the moment. You do have the Dalaran Hearthstone. Exactly, yeah, that is good. I just used it, unfortunately, to get back out. So, there we have 17 minutes left on that one. Do I have any TSM paste bins? Yep, you can certainly have a look at my paste bins. Paste bin, that should give you a link to it. So the most up-to-date one out of those paste bins is my Tailoring deep dive that has the accompanying YouTube video that goes through everything. So you're welcome to take that one. The enchanting and leatherworking are more work in progress ones, so take those with a pinch of salt at the moment, and then we'll when I do a new video, which is going to be my next video I do, is going to be a enchanting deep dive. I'm going to go through my current state of enchanting in a bit more depth, and I'll put an accompanying paste bin to go with that as well. But that's still a work in progress at the moment. I just need to get the time to record it as well. Thank you, Z. Yes, in general terms, Rasheen. I knew what you meant. Right, so let's go have a look, see if we can fix this bugged one. It is down here, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we'll re-pick this up. Hopefully there's no horde in here now. Okay. Let's try that. Accept the quest. Oh, this is different. There's the shade over there. He's in a different place. Okay. Oh, now she's evading. Oh, okay. That's no good. Still evading. This is not going to help, really. That's why I don't use war mode. Okay. Matching beards confirmed. I want to buy a keyboard, one that knows how to spell words, preferably. Yes. Okay. So, so that didn't work. She was still evading me on that one. Okay. What's the interesting one we can do here now? Well, Terrace of Enlightenment's a bit of a maze here, so let's just go underneath and round. You can go there and invite me. Can you, Rasheen? That would be useful. Recommend war mode off. Yeah, it does appear to be... Right, let's see if we can get ourselves out of war mode. So I'm going to have to go back to Dalaran and then Stormwinds and turn off war mode. If I can just pick up my corpse. Hopefully. Where is my corpse? Resurrect. Are they still there? Okay, actually. Harvest Invoker. Is that a good person or a bad person? I'm not sure. You can go in any rested area. Oh, that's useful to know, actually. What have we got here? Let's just swim and get out of the way first. And don't forget your chef's hat. Pop that on. And then let's go fly back to the nearest area. Let's go for a Flight Master. Do that one. Only turn it on in a main city. Oh, right, okay. Oh, what did we miss there? Additional info from Wellhead. Did not abandon the quest. Used my flying mount to get to a nearby Dalaran, floating southwest of the Jeweled Estate platform. You stopped in Dalaran to set your Hearthstone to the Legendarian Lounge. Use a Horde portal to Orgrimmar, change your Warmaster status to on, and use the portal to get back to Dalaran. But it was the wrong Dalaran. Use your freshly set Hearthstone to the new Dalaran. Flew back to the platform. Okay, interesting. Where are we at so far? Track buffs, I don't need that on at the moment. If I turn that off for the moment. So we need to get to a rested area is the next thing we want. So where's the nearest rested area from where we are at the moment? I guess head on up to Dalaran's the best bet here. We actually went the wrong way really using that. So let's just get a flight. That'll be easier. Then I can stretch my legs and have a drink. So we want to go this way. Vengeance Point. No, we'll go to Dalaran. There we go. And then we can turn war mode off. And then turn it... I guess we don't want to turn it back on at the moment. But at least we didn't abandon the quest this time. So maybe if we turn it on, so this time we won't have the quest abandoned and come back to it. Maybe we can fix it up this way. Your realm was connected to a Horde heavy one. Yeah, so I definitely want to do that one. Or you can turn it off anywhere, can you? Or is it only in Stormwind? Well, let's have a find out. If it's not in a rested area, we'll go to Stormwind as we're heading over to Dalaran anyway. So it's only on in Stormwind, but off in any other. Mention was to find a pre-made group that's phased differently to you, probably based on a different server, and do it while you're in that phase. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Taylor. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just trying to get through this bugged quest at the moment. Trying to sort it out. We're back in the rested area, so let's turn our... Oh, no, wrong one. Specialise in talents. Turn our war mode off for this. There we go. And then let's see if we can head on back and see if we can get into another phase. So when you're back at the quest, I just invite you to phase over. Okay, thank you, Rasheen. Very kind of you. Let's go have a look, see if we can find a fix to this one. This is the first time I've come across a properly bugged quest in all my years of playing World of Warcraft. So that's not bad, I would say, all in all. Although obviously I'm way behind the curve when it comes to my questing, so I imagine by the time I get round to them, they've already been fixed. It's not like I'm doing things right at the beginning when they come out. This is probably the closest I get to it, because this has only just been released. But this is a very specific goal-making thing, so that's the sort of thing I will do first. Okay, let's have a look, see if we can get this a little bit further advanced. Stop the shade of Delorme. So she was in a different position. That was one of the things I noticed, but was still evading. So I wonder... Right, here we go. Just close this down for the moment. Where is she standing now? She's over on this side again. So currently we're trying to do the tailoring profession item one here. So let's go have a look. I'm going to try and do a attack first. Yeah, we're still evading. So that's definitely bugged. There we go. Thank you, Rasheen. Let's see if we can phase in. And the shade's here. Okay. With less energy, but still evading. Smite, evade, doesn't work. So I've seen them in 2 positions so far. Try an AoE. AoE doesn't work. Soul's not helping out, so we're not engaging in any combat. Maybe if we abandon it and retake it whilst we're in this one. Let's have a look. Abandon if the shoe fits. Retake it. Accept. No. I think it's bugged at the moment. Okay. Matador, thank you very much for the follow. I think we're going to be stuck with this one, unfortunately. Thank you, Rasheen, for the help in trying it anyway. Your tunes on other realms are non-Legion tunes. No worries, Rasheen. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. So, thank you anyway. It does seem to be currently bugged, so I think I'll just come back to this another time. Which is a shame, but we'll have to see what we can do at a later time. So, let's go on back, I think. Let's head on back to Borealis, I think, and see if we can finish up a few things there. We need to do some restocking anyway, so maybe we'll go and do that next. But that's a shame. Let's go have a look. So, let's think. So, restocking wise, we probably need to get a few things done in terms of restocking. So let's go have a look at my auction house first. Make sure TSM has a good picture of everything. Let's go have a look at that. What have we got so far? Everything's on. That's good. And let's go through TSM. Click the queue. Restock the selected groups. What do we have? Okay, so lots of things still. Packs of versatility. Still need quite a few veiled crystals for that. A few other miscellaneous piece and pieces we haven't done in a while, like the cauldron and the pen. And we've also got some other tailoring things here. Silkweave satchels. We could probably do with making a hexweave bag. I'm sure we've got enough for one of those. So lots of things to do there. So let's have a look at gathering wise on this. Chanting, tailoring and cooking. Let's collect that up. We need an expulsum here. And various other bits and pieces. A river onion as well. Why are you getting that on the auction house, I'm not sure. We can get that from Dalaran. We've just been there though. So let's open up the task list for this, and then we can go through this in a bit more detail. Finally stock back up on Roseate Pigment. Good chunk of gold down, but hopefully that's your Dreamleaf addiction cured for a week. Let's keep you going, definitely. You heard about the profession bugs this weekend. Okay, you had French Stud, okay. Went to Wagon a few years ago just for gold making. Stop transferring away. Buy my things. Yeah, everyone stay on the same servers. Right, so we need to get a load of stuff from the guild bank. Let's start with that. As we have a lot to pick up here. We'll follow the trail of the task list. So get from guild bank. Let's get all of this stuff. A few things to get from the vendor, and some enchanting crafts to do, and some stuff from the auction house, and stuff some stuff from alts as well. So let's do that, and the next thing we need to do, we went to Antonidus because it's very high pop and enchants sell like crazy. Not bad. I've never tried a high pop server. I'm slightly scared, to be honest. Buy from vendor should be open here. Let's go to the TSM4 version rather, then it can see it. Escape from that. Try it again. Now you can buy from the vendor. Pick up those, and then we'll go to Enchanting Crafts. And these are from the auction house. I'm not sure about those. We can make those. And Mysterious Essence we can make. Let's do that. Leylight Shards. I don't want to make 41 of those out of my... what is it? Crafting cost of 22 gold versus 27. I don't want to make them out of my Chaos Crystals, really. That's going to be too much. Expulsum we do need to get, though. Have to have a look at that. Let's start with the Mysterious Essence, though. Let's close that down. Swap that over. Mysterious Essence we need to get from the Ethereal Shatter. We've only got a few of those left. Let's just do 2 of those. Create those ones. Spirit or Spirit, can't remember which way of writing. Any of the characters, some form of that name. Oh right, okay. You're moving from medium to high pop for better sales. Interesting, Marswa. Let us know how you get on. Lost many players throughout the last 2 years. Didn't affect your goal making though. Your friends keep telling me to go to Blackmore Antonidus, but you're just fine on Aegwin. Exactly. Wherever you're comfortable, I would say, and wherever it's fun, go with that. Been manually editing the disenchanting this weekend for a more precise disenchant value. Search, scanning, shopping. Interesting, French stud. Very interesting. Do old enchants and materials still sell? Yes, they do. I have a whole load of ones, especially for levelling. Have a look at the things that people use for levelling, like stats, Legion neck enchants, Elemental Force, Crusader, Windsong. There's a whole load of them that people will use old world wise. And Tailoring Crafts, let's go and do this. How many bolts of Mage Weave? 5. We already have them here. Let's create those. So Leylight Shards. How are we going to get Leylight Shards? That's the question. Shadow Eye Silk 702. There's no chance we're going to get that many of them. Let's go have a look at what we've got here on the auction house. Lots of gaps and overlaps of TSM, disenchant value, tweak percentage and amount. Pretty nice. Don't think I've got the skill set to do that myself, but we should let's see what it's like. Okay. Know your server's rhythm, customers and competitors. Yeah, I think that's a thing you get a feel for, isn't it, Rasheen? I know for Shadow Song, certainly, I kind of like, I'm very familiar with it. Have I done the tailoring quest tonight? We just tried to, Marsba, but unfortunately it bugged out on us, so we've had to park that for the moment, see if we can come back to it at a later date. The Shadow Eye Silk at 4 gold something. We'd have to buy it up here at 5 gold to get anywhere near enough Shadow Eye Silk. And if we were to buy it at 5 gold versus 4 gold, I'm not sure the Silkweave Satchels would be worth it. What would that be? That would be an extra 90 gold on top of its current worked out price of 4 gold. So let's just have a quick look at tailoring. Profit margin wise, let's just compare this off. So crafting, silk weave, sat, there we go. So it's a 313 profit, so it's still a profit with our mat cost at 4 gold. If we were to buy it at 5 gold, we would still make, according to that, enough of a profit to make it worthwhile. So looking at that, I will buy the 4 at 200 here. And then that should give me at least 800. Volatile life we need. What else just disappeared there? There was other things on there that have now since gone. Let me just scan that again. The river onion, volatile life, 23 of those. Volatile life is needed for what exactly? Let's have another look at my gathering list. Volatile life is needed from the spell thread and the Hydral Expedition bag. Now, Hydral Expedition bag is a good seller, so I think it's worth buying this even at 69. What's my actual purchase price? 50 gold, so 69 is 19 over that. There's several thousand in terms of the profits on a Hydral bag, so I'll take those. Now, why we need to do veiled crystals, I'm not sure, because we were looking at, on the gathering, other things we needed. We still needed 23, did we? Okay. So let's go to the mail, and let's pick up some of these first. Deal with some of these. Then we can think about the Leylight shards. So a Leylight shard would come from what level things, I wonder? 168 we looked at earlier with the Dauntless gear would give you the Chaos crystals. Make golden coins. Good you left Aegrin, yeah. Yes, the River Onion is from the vendor. I wasn't going to buy that one. I think because we haven't got that from Dalaran. We've now got the Dalaran has reset now, so we can go and get that. But what I'm going to do is just switch to the other characters, pick up the things I need to do here. So we need to go to El Morte. We haven't been to him in a while. Let's go have a look here. We're just going to follow through everything on the task list here, because I think that's going to be the easiest way to run through everything we want to make here. It'd be nice to do a full restock. We haven't done one in a while. So what do we need to do? We need to mail to Samadan the volatile fire. Must have some on us already. So with our inbox selected, we'll send that straight away. And then we need to switch to Samadan, and we can pick that up. There we go. Still don't get how we could do so much shuffling. You're doing this like 6 to 8 hours a day outside of raiding, still not even close to my volume. Interesting, because I really don't do a lot here. I just buy every now and again. Hello Oreos, you come back, have you? There we go. Let's come back to join us. Let's switch back to Samadan. Or were you talking about Rasheen's volume? Rasheen's volume is absolutely massive. More gold items on Blackmore and Tony. Just go. Rasheen's volume is lots of AFK crafting. Yeah, that is impressive. That's for sure. Right, let's go over and collect what we need from the mail, which is the volatile file. We'll take that. So we've got that. That's in our list. So River Onion we can pick up from Nomi, the guy next to Nomi. We can do that. That's for our Bear Tartar, which I believe is on our list. Veil crystals we need 23 of. So in order to do that, we really need to do another bracer shuffle, ideally. Leylight shards, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. 41 of them is quite a lot to do. I don't want to do it from disenchanting my chaos crystals, really. And then looking at the price of them here, Legion enchanting mats, if we go have a look at those, she's like 6k braces discharged on day 2 of the patch. Yes, Skillshot, I realised that after you said it. But looking at this, 27 gold for Leylight shard, normally got a purchase price of 6 gold 43, that's a massive, massive difference. But then looking at my chaos crystals, my chaos crystal prices is quite high, but the average buy price is more like 30, and we'll get 2 Leylights out of that. Best way to get Leylights though, there must be something I can make bracer wise or something like that. that will give me Leylight shards. I mean, does the TSM crafting work now for a crafting search? Does that still work if we do a crafting search for Leylight shards? I know we used to do this in TSM 3. Does that work? No, that just gives me a crafting search for it. Okay. You disenchant a total of 21,000 braces on day 1, but you had them prepared. Wow. It used to be high pop, but you lost many players over the 2 years. 1 blood gives 3 Leylight. Okay, thank you, Midnight. That's interesting. I don't have that many bloods, and bloods are quite hard to get. Get your search group filtering for your modded disenchant for shards. Yeah, I think it's an item level. Yes, you did, Mushy, didn't you? What I'm looking for here, see, I don't have many. We could do a advanced item search for. Now I know 168 item level range gave me the chaos crystals. So maybe if we look at something from, say, 150 to 168, maybe some armor in that. And let's see if there's anything in there. No worries. 145 to 155. Thank you, Mushy. So looking at this lot, what have we got? 265 pages? Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Silkweave bracers of the Fire Flash. So you're looking for things that are going to be cheaper than this, really. So 145 to 162. Let's stop this for the moment because we've gone too high anyway. So let's do an advanced item search. So what do you say? 145 to 162. 145 to 162, and then we'll look for armor. And is there anything we can do from a gold value? It'd be nice to be able to do a like search for anything under a certain gold value, but let's go with that for now. I think see what we come through. Go for rare. Okay. Thank you, Mushy. I'll just stop this one and do that again. So 145, 162. Oh no, we have to actually readjust it. That's a shame. Okay, let's do this. 145. Enter. The list will be endless. Yeah, it does look to be. 162. Minimum rarity. Rare. Advanced. Armor. Armor. Advanced search. Okay. So slash I145 slash I162 slash armor slash rare. 60 pages to go through. So a single Leylight shard. What have we got here? Is anyone saying that's saying a Leylight shard? So disenchant value is 37 from that. We just need to find stuff that is actually cheap. That is going to. Some of this is saying arcane dust, interestingly, which is no good to me. More precise, the range is blues between eye level 138 to 180. Okay, so a slightly wider range. The problem we've got here is the price on all of these. It's just way too high for one Leylight shard, unfortunately. Looking at all these coming in at the moment. So the only thing we could possibly do is... That's exactly what's info that's wrong with the disenchant. No worries, Ranter. Thanks for stopping by. What's my plan right now? We're currently looking for how we can get Leylight shards quickly and easily. They're currently too expensive, slightly, at 27 gold on my server. I would like to get them for cheaper than that. So we're looking at what we could do to disenchant here. And at the moment, doing a search for item level 145 to 162 rare armour does give us a load of things, but currently the prices of them are all way higher than that 27 gold. I guess we could possibly get some multiple ley lights out of these, but at the moment, not really. So the next way to try and do this is we may have to use the Chaos Crystal route. So 9 Shalderai Silk is 45 gold, because they currently we bought them for about 5 gold a piece. So that's not going to be much good to us either, is it? Although how many ley light will you get from one bracer? That's the question. Do you get more than one? Because looking at this, there's certainly nothing anyone close. You only get 1 ley light per bracer. Yeah, exactly as Rasheen says. So that's not worth it. So actually, but you also get Blood of Sargeras. Ooh, now that's a point. And then you can use the bloods to get ley lights, as Mushy said. Just tried tailoring quests on Horde side, and it wasn't bugged, so it might be Alliance only. Oh, interesting, Arctic Draken. Very interesting. I wonder why. Jalino, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Craft and disenchant, ley light shatter. If chaos crystals are available, easy or cheap. Yeah, we might have to do the chaos shatter, I think. Horde bias. Hey Totems, how are you? Because this isn't going to give us any decent amount of ley lights. We do have a few chaos crystals, so we may have to do it the chaos crystal way. See what happens on that. So either server or alliance. Yeah, I mean that could be the thing, Arctic Draken. It's a bit of a strange one, that's for sure. Some Legion quests give 5 to 10 bloods. Yeah, so I don't know how many we've got in the way of bloods at the moment. Not many, that's for sure. Min gold, max gold. So 100 to 110, item level 138 to 180, rare. So what we would do for this, thank you French Stud, we'll take a copy of that. We'll do this as a shopping search. I'll put that in. So maximum gold we want is 27. Do we need the G in there for that? I think we do. And then the minimum gold is 1 gold. Let's try that. Yep, small G. Storm scale braces. Oh, okay, Mushy. Could try that. We can do that with Erfen, can't we? Although, what do I have? Do I need a rank 3 in that? That'll be the thing I don't have. So, unfortunately, we got no results on that one. Bloods are more of use in crafted enchants and crafted tailoring gear for many enchants, yeah. Can do the Legion World Quest for epic pieces and shatter the crystals to shards. Yep, that's another one, Marsberg, but again, it's nothing in any great volume. That's the main issue we have here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and I'll just have a quick look at what we do have in Legion Enchanting Mats. Remind myself of the price of that. Oh, someone's just put some Chaos Crystals on, nice and cheap. Lovely, thank you very much. I'll buy those. There we go, that's a start. We can use those as our Chaos Shatter. And then we've also got the Ley Light Shards for 27 gold, which, considering our Chaos Crystal price is, what's that, just under 50 gold now, from looking at that. So our crafting cost is 23. It might be easier just to buy a few of these, just so that we've got a mix of the two, because there's a good stack of 50 there. So I'm going to buy those as they are, and I'm going to pick those up, so we've got at least a few more things there. I'll pick up those purchases. That's the easy way to do it. Nice and easy, exactly. Sometimes a little bit extra for the quick and easy route will work. There we go. Right, just have to excuse me a moment. Let's have a quick bio break, and I'll come back, and then we'll carry on with our crafting. One moment. Let's get some water as well. Right, we're back. Here we go. Let's grab some water, and I also picked up the collector's edition novella so we can do a bit of story time at the end. Okay, what have we got? What did I miss on here? Cloth needed was no profit, and the farm is too slow. Yes, the Shroud Eye Silk for the bags is definitely. Discharge info .lua, the file TSM that determines the discharge outcome, is not perfect. It's worth a look in, definitely French stuff. Battlebound armbands made from storm scale cost 2 gold 51 on Shadow Song. Okay. If only rank 2, it takes 12. We'll have to have a look on Erfen and see how that goes. But thank you, Mushy. I'll have a look into that one. Plus, we haven't voted either declined or implemented the next patches. I guess they've got to prioritise, haven't they? Don't have the flexibility to sit like I do. How do I get to that point? It's not flexibility guide. I literally it's just comfortable. I have a small cushion, and that's enough for me at the moment. Let's have a quick look whilst we're discussing these. Let's go over to Erfen and see what we've got in terms of those braces you were talking about. So let's go have a look. Sold 4 of the same glyph over the past 3 days, 20k each. Wow, that's an amazing machine. Really, really good. Love those numbers. So let's go have a look at Erfen. What is Erfen's leatherworking like? So what was it was Legion we want, isn't it? And you said Dread. What was the one? Battlebound armbands made from storm scale. Battlebound armbands. We have rank 2, so that's good. We have storm scale, mat cost of, well, it says 846 at the moment. Min buyouts currently, like you said, 243. We've got 901 in the bank at the moment. So a crafting cost at the moment is 110, which is obviously too much. But if we were to buy storm scale for cheaper, let's have a quick look at that. See what we've got here. People like you. It must be rare by default, by the way. Feels scammed. So what were we looking for? I forgot the name of the material. Storm scale, wasn't it? Let's just go find it again. Calteran, minimal, battle bound, armbands. Yeah, it was storm scale. So let's look for storm scale. Let's put in the /exact. So we get everything. We have to spell it correctly though. We need an M in there first. Storm scale exact. Okay, so currently looking at quite a bit cheaper than I've got it for. 8 gold 46 is really expensive. We don't have an average buy price on that lot. So there we go. Typo, exactly, French stuff. So let's go through and have a look at this. If we were to buy this for... Isn't storm scale braces default green? Yes, but we're going for battle bound armbands according to Mushy. So let's have a look at this. Let's follow this through. So let's take 63 and 130 of those, and let's take everything that's at 251 as well. So if we were to do this, collect those up. And then if we were to collect up this storm scale, let's try this out, run it through. Storm scale was a Mr. Pandaria item. Oh, am I using the... I am using the right thing. But then surely this was in... Storm scale mop items made you a huge gold in Legion. Because of people going for storm scale and then buying extra. For people not using exact. Yeah, I can imagine that exactly. Exotic leather is storm scale brace and mop. Okay, that I can see why it was confusing. Okay, so we're looking at this and we're looking at battle bound. So let's take the Coltera and stuff down again. And we're looking at battle bound armbands. So ignoring the crafting cost, which is now telling me 32 gold, based off of 13 storm scale. Storm scale being a 249 mat cost. Okay, so it's picked up that price, which is now giving me an accurate crafting cost price. That's fine. Okay. I don't know, Rasheen. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's make one of these and see what we get out of it. So what's the we get one Leylight shard from it, so the disenchant value is currently 34 gold. So we're getting Leylight shards for the price of crafting of one here, which is that. Okay, so ideally what we want to be able to do is get the rank 3 of this, which is the work order battlebound armbands in High Mountain. So that's something to look out for, this work order battlebound armbands. Just on the off chance, because you never know, let's just have a look and see if the work order is actually up. Does it show up on my list? We've got bloods. Things haven't quite loaded in correctly here, by the looks of things. Where's the actual work order? There's Fellhide. Can't see anything on the little icon here. Took you brain days for your brain to reset. Luckily I didn't I wasn't in Mr. Pandaria for that one. So I can't see the work order here, because you'd see it in a little recipe icon, wouldn't you? So we'll have to look out for that one. Maybe 210 minutes. Okay, so it's easy to farm. That's interesting. So going back onto this and come back over to this. So we were looking at the battlebound. So it's probably not worth us doing the battlebound here for the armbands to get a ley light, because you get one ley light, which is 34 gold, and currently my ley light I was getting for 27 gold. So we'll leave that for now, but what I'd like to do is think about getting rank 3 of this. What I'll do is, to remind myself, is I'm going to set that one as a favourite, so it's up at the top there, and then I can have a look for that and try and remember rank 3 of that. But, okay, that's good to know. So let's carry on. We need to finish off some stuff with Samadan here, otherwise we'll spend forever. So let's just go over and have a look at this. The profit is in your last step, even if the mats are expensive. In terms of making the enchants would be my next one. Ah, Badori, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? Just saw a maintenance warning, the Battle.net login. Oh, right. Okay. Haven't seen anything pop up in chat, but I have been looking at it, so that's something to watch out for. Okay, so where are we at with everything? Let's see. We're missing a few things. We can actually make some things though, so let's start with what we can make. Hydral expedition bag. I'm sure we can make a hexweave bag. Let me just check that. How many have we got? Oh, only 46. Probably need to go to the garrison to get that one. Zamessi, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Okay, Bonarrow, thanks ever so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again soon. So you can say to another woman, let me find a picture for you. A wild bad Dory appears. Hey, it's good to see you both here. So let's carry on and let's just finish off with this. So we need to make a Hydral expedition bag because they're good. Enchanted spell thread, might as well. Sold one of these, so let's make a new one. We need some more expulsum, so we need to do some bracers anyway. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do that tonight. But let's make some satchels, because that's definitely worth it. Been good, glad to see him still enjoying WoW. Old, most definitely. There's always something to do in WoW for me, so I'm having lots of fun at the moment. Looks like I'll have to click on these individually to get that crafted, or we're going to have to do a reload. Looks like we might have to do a reload on that one. The realm reset on Wednesday. Yeah, it is for us here. Let's carry on with this. Make 7 silkweave satchels. We seem to need to make some cold tiramisu. Oh, we never did get the river onion, actually. That's something we need to do for a bear tartare. But we'll leave that for the moment. Enchanting wise, I'm not sure how much of this we can do. I'll have a look. Let's just quickly swap over to cooking. Make some cold tiramisu, as that's really, really quick. I'll do that and then finish off with some enchanting. Now, we can't quite do all of this, so let's look at the most, well, the obvious ones we need to do is the pen and the cauldron, because they're just the odd ones. We'll do those. Tome of Illusions Pandaria will do. And then of these, it would be nice if we could see the profit next to these and we could choose which ones to do first. But I'm going to look at the list on the left here instead. So looking at this, we have Mastery is the highest one here. So we'll do 2 of those. And then next up is the Pact of Haste. Pact of Haste we already have. Oh, there's one there. I'll make sure we do that. And the others are marginal at the moment. Let's carry on, see if there's anything larger here. Nothing there, and then it all goes to Legion stuff here. So let's just swap over to this. and have a look at the bindings. Binding of versatility is a good one. We must already have some there. Crit, haste and agility. Crit, haste and... what's the agility? Oh, the cloak's agility. Well, the cloak's a huge one, but that's probably not that much actually. Oops, didn't mean to do glorious stats, but let's do that one. Let's just do all of these for now. Go through that. This is why it was a genius idea to name a mountain legion after a former crafted item. Broken Isle, High Mountain, on that bridge. All the lizards in the water around you. Takes longer to get there than to farm. Full stack of 200. Okay, thanks for sharing that one, Z. Let's go through and I'm just going to craft whatever I can here. Let's run through it all and see what kind of profits we can get out of this lot. If we don't have it on, we won't know. Distant Army, Hidden Satyr. This is where we run out of Leylight Shards. So I think we could probably do a Chaos Shatter on some of these. Gathering wise, what do we need? River Onion, Leylight Shard and Expulsum. So we still needed 32 Leylight. How many do we have Chaos Crystals wise? We do have a fair amount now. So let's do 30 Chaos Shatters. No, 20. Do 20 Chaos Shatters. And that should get us 2 lots of Leylight Shards each. Stonehide, there's a group of dinos. Let me just have a look at this one. Stormscale Market reset gone wrong. Can't quite see that. That's awesome. There you go. Let me just move that one down, minimize that. Okay, so those are done. So we go back to this and we should have enough now. We still are missing some Veil Crystals, so that's not quite enough for everything, but we can at least make Mark of the Hidden Satyr, Trained Soldier and Mark of the Claw. Get those going at least. And then the packs of versatility we don't have quite enough for, but let's make the ones we can make. That's true, I could have clicked on it actually. That would have been easier. So let's go through, and those we're missing, so let's at least post on what we have got. Let's go through those for now. Person resetting Stormscale Market did buy Stormscale leggings for 100k. Nice. Maybe you can reset an enchant to gain enchants cheaper than you can craft them. Yeah, I did consider that, Mushy. I'm a little wary of doing that right now with the way prices of enchants are fluctuating a fair amount. What I'm going to try and do is get the focus on trying to get those numbers down on the Veiled Crystals. Oh, the Legion ones. The Legion ones are all right actually at the moment. I think they're doing okay. But yeah, I see what you mean in terms of not having to buy so much in the way of materials. Seeing as materials are quite slim at the moment for those. Yeah. Could be a good idea. Let's just post up this lot we've got for now. See where we're at. As it's running fairly late, and I'd like to get a little bit of story time in at the end. As you jack the market value up to 120 for the Stormscale leggings, so it would appear in a green percentage number in TSM when someone would enter Stormscale, and therefore wouldn't spot it. That's cunning, Regine, very cunning. Orio's gone off again. You have a glyph on the auction house of 300, same glyph for 10k, buys 10k. That's unusual. I wonder why. I mean, you can see here, there's things like here, the Mark of the Distant Army going on for 35,000. I mean, I've sold a Shadowy Mask for 42,000, but I don't think I could sell a Mark of the Distant Army for that much. But Hydral Expedition Bag's a good one, because that's a good 4,000 profit, so that's going on. The Silky Satchels, they've been reset, they're up to 1,025 now. That's an interesting price, I wonder if that will hold. Let's pop them on for that. Binding of agility, let's go with that, that, and that. Now this one, the distant army, really should be something more sensible like 2,900. I'm going to go for the 3,600, so just bump it up a little bit. 3,600, and then this one we're going to put, we'll have to put that at 367, no, not 157, completely pressed the wrong numbers there. 367 1. Okay, there we go, that'll do. Post that one on, and then claw, haste, intellect, satire for 6,000 is a good one, and then everything else seems reasonable. Pandaria's giving me 239 profit, not massive, and Cindercloth's a good one though. Let's go through all of those, post those on. You can't scroll with your finger properly, so just never use that system. So you never burned yourself. I've been caught out by it, definitely. Nothing massive, I don't think, but still, it's one to watch out for, that's for sure. Okay, so those auctions are finally on. We've got close enough to getting everything, so that's a good start at least. Did I press enter before I posted? Didn't seem like it. I thought I did. Let's just double check. It was Distant Army, wasn't it? Distant Army, yes, we did get it on for 3.6 and 3.671. So it did look like it went out, unless it was a different one that I was missing. Oh, Oreo's come back. Hello Oreo, how are you? Right, I think let's finish off with a little bit of... it was that one, was it, Totems? Well, thanks for double checking for me. So I think we should finish off with a little bit of story time for the rest of the stream. So let me find myself a nice place to go. Let's try zone-wise. We should really go somewhere like one of the elven cities or the elven areas. How easily can we get over to those, I wonder? We could do, oh, we could get over to the old dark shore quite quickly. Actually, looking at that, get some nice zone music there. Let's just run around and have a listen to the dark shore music, I think. That you no longer get veiled from sharding blues anymore. Seems to be accurate. Just disenchanted 20 blues from leatherworking braces and got none. How are you supposed to get them now? Until you can make the new rod. You're only at 69 in enchanting. Oh right, Annette. So I think they must have hotfixed the fact that you couldn't get it before. But we've certainly, even today, we managed to get veil crystals with the rod. So it seems to be a good thing that they put it. They put it in. Right, I think we should be here. This is as good as place to any to go to. Oh, look, there's a world boss to do. Just as yeah, so using my old spreadsheet, it would work for this at least. That's for sure. That way, the numbers will work, and then when I update the numbers, I'm going to assume that people are using the rod. Right, so to finish off, let's do a little bit of Samadan Storytime, if everyone's willing. Keep both spreadsheets. No rod and rod. That's a good idea actually, Mushy. I might do that. Keep the numbers. I'll do a new one maybe. Right, let's find ourselves a nice place to sit. Let's go on to this nice part of the knoll. I think that'll be good. There we go. In a good position. Right, okay, so where were we last? Let me just move my keyboard. So we've made our way through the novella really well so far. I'm on the Alliance side. Where's my bookmark gone? We still haven't done the Horde side yet. We did that. I didn't put a bookmark in. So I believe never betray that kindness, came to deliver bad news, and then should not be divided even by city falls. She closed her eyes in pain. So they are making a stand at Astronar. And so then we've got part 4 is the last stand. So let's start with that. How long have we got through this? There's a decent amount, so let's see how we get on. Okay. Come back now. The Horde is surging into Ashenvale, and they're heading for the World Tree. Come back before you can't. Mia thanked the courier, who hadn't had much more important duties than running letters from Gen Greymane to his wife. She folded up the missive and tucked it next to her heart. The words were blunt. They might have seemed dispassionate or even bullying to another, but after decades of marriage, Mia knew exactly what this terse letter meant. Her husband was worried sick about her. He was right to be, but she was also right to stay here for as long as she could. It had not taken more than an hour or two to send all the Gilneans to Stormwind, but Mia loved the people of Darnassus and would stay until the last possible moment. She had become the ambassador of Stormwind by default. She stood on the rim of the Moonwell in the Temple of the Moon, so she could be seen, directing the flow of increasingly distressed night elves and ensuring them they would find support and safety in the human kingdom. Astari came beside her during a rare lull. My heart is torn, the priestess said. I wish you were away in Stormwind, but I am also glad you are here. They trust what you tell them, and you and your people have earned that trust. If you say we will be safe in Stormwind, we know it to be true. The kind words brought unexpected tears to Mia's eyes. My husband stands ready to receive them on the other side. Everyone will be evacuated. Somehow, she thought, but did not say. Say not that, Astari said softly, for Mia's own ears alone, for that at least is untrue. Mia's heart lurched to hear the words, for she knew the truth in them. You shame me, my friend. I did not intend to. I know, you are right. She turned to look again on the crowd. We will find shelter for all who arrive in Stormwind. We will send soldiers to liberate those who do not. She lifted her chin defiantly, and my husband will lead the charge. Astari smiled then warmly. This, she said, I do believe. Farron was not among the druids that Tavar had rounded up. Fear closed an icy hand around Stellarin's heart, but she forced it away. If he lived, he was fighting for their people elsewhere. If he was slain, there was nothing she could do. So many were dead. More would soon join their ranks, maybe even Delarin herself. She had accepted that possibility long ago when she first became a sentinel. Her life's mission was to protect the Kaldorei, and right now she was doing all in her power to buy them time. As for the dead, they were in Elun's grace. Their bodies would return to the earth. They would continue to exist, albeit in a different form. When she proposed her plan, it was met with horror, as she had expected. These are our friends, our families, Marilla, one of the Astronar huntresses, said, her voice a snarl of outrage. They have already given everything. Their spirits have departed, Delarin replied. And yes, of course their bodies should be given reverently back to the earth, but we have no time to tend to them, not if we wish to save the thousands who are now desperately trying to flee. Those who died are gone, Marilla. They gave of themselves to save innocent lives, and they will do so, one last time. Delarin did not wish to make it an explicit order. She was as ravaged by the thought as those she led. Could she do this if it were Cordessa lying there? If it were Ferrin? And the answer came as surely as if their bodies lay beside her. Yes, she could do it, because every night elf would wish to do whatever they could to keep the Horde from befouling their shining city. We will remember them, Delarin said, as others, wincing nonetheless, left silently to obey her. Delaran had received dark inspiration from the stories of when the Horde had occupied Silverwind Refuge years earlier, hunting down those who fled and leaving their bodies to rot as a warning. The Night Elves selected the bodies with care, searching close to Astranar for those who had fallen in battle. The corpses, oftentimes wearing the faces of friends, were examined to see if their wounds could be concealed by swords, capes, or other items of clothing. Delaran also ordered that the areas deeper in the forest be scoured as well, hoping to recover those who had been killed by the rogues who had sprung from the shadows. How many days ago? Delaran had lost count. Too many spent in fighting, snatching moments of sleep here and mouthfuls of food there, trying to stay a step ahead of the two most brilliant minds of the Horde and an army that outnumbered the Night Elves 8 to 1. More now, perhaps. She turned to the heartbreaking task. For some reason she had kept the blade of the Forsaken who had killed Anaris. She removed it from her belt, examining it to make sure the lethal toxin lingered. It was still there, though obscured now with the dried blood of the former Ashenvale commander. After striding to a sentinel who had been slain by a ranger's arrow, Delaran knelt beside the fallen Night Elf, pulled the shaft loose, and plunged the poisoned blade into the wound. Some of the others gasped softly behind her, and her own heart ached. "Forgive me. You will, I pray, save more lives today." As she withdrew the blade, she angled it so the black tar-like smear of poison was visible on the wound's mouth. Then she went to the next corpse. Eventually, the rest of the sentinels imitated her. She loved them fiercely in that moment, for she understood exactly what it cost them, and what a gesture of trust they were displaying in her leadership. Tavar had volunteered several vials of poison to the grim duty. Delaran thanked the young rogue, hating herself for what she was about to ask. "You are very skilled and very talented," she said. Colour rose in his cheeks, and he bowed. "I am honoured you think so." "Do not be honoured, be concerned," Delaran replied. "I am about to ask you to do something that may quite likely get you killed." He sobered and gestured to the corpses surrounding them. "If so, I will join them and be proud to do so." His courage made her want to weep, but she could not. Elu knew there would be time enough for tears, for elegies sung to honour the fallen, if any of them survived to sing or weep. You work well in the shadows. How are you at killing?" He smiled cruelly, and for a moment did not look young. "Very good." "And disguises?" "Superlative." She almost laughed. "One would think there is nothing you cannot do, Tavar." Then more seriously she said, "Do not answer to impress me. Answer me truthfully. We cannot fail now." "I can take lives, and I have," he said, matching her mood, "and I do excel at disguises. Show me." Tavar hesitated. "Now?" "We have time to prepare you with appropriate clothing later. For now, show me what picture you can paint with just yourself as the palette." Again he paused. Annoyed, she turned away. Then she stopped as a hand grabbed her arm. It was stubby compared to that of a night elf, shorter fingers, broader palms. Delaran turned and looked down into the face of a fine-featured human male. "It's the best I can do for now," he said, in the heavy accent of a Stormwind native. And it was only now, with a start, that she noticed the long Kaldorite ears. Somehow, impossibly, her eyes had not wandered to them. She shook her head and said, "Change back." He straightened, and the deceptive shadow he had wrapped around himself fell away. She considered, "How are you impersonating Forsaken?" Tavar grinned. Everything hinged on trickery, and that was not Delaran's strength. But it was the only option left other than fighting and dying while the siege engines rolled over her body on the Horde's implacable march toward Teldrassil. When the scouts returned with news that the Horde's own scouts were a few hours away, Delaran's company melted into the shadows of the forest that embraced Astranar. Delaran herself was perched in a tree, thinking how easy it would have been for Farron to have climbed it. She could almost see him on the topmost branch, his tail switching playfully as he waited for her to catch up to him. She should accept that he was dead, but if she did, she would have to grieve for him, and she should not yet. So she told herself he was fighting elsewhere. Elu knew there were plenty of opportunities to kill Horde, and he loved a good fight. Loves a good fight. The first test was the Horde scouts. Would they notice anything amiss? They looked tired, Dalaran thought. Sure enough, after a cursory prowl around the perimeter of Astronar's lake, during which, of course, they found no hint of the elves concealed only a few hundred yards away, one of them, a blood elf, stuck the toe of his boot beneath the corpse and lifted it appraisingly. Rogue's blade, he said. Here too, a troll replied. He sniffed at a second corpse. Bloody. Dalaran tensed. Would the troll investigate further, lift the cape to discover the gaping sword wound it hid? There would be nothing left then but to kill the scouts and abandon the area to the Horde. But I can catch the stink of poison, the troll continued. Those who did not die fled, I would imagine, said the blood elf. Cowards. Lotta us gotten killed by those cowards, the troll replied. The other scouts shrugged. Dalaran, wary as she was, could have shouted in delight. Hours ticked by. The Horde infantry arrived and set up a base camp on the highly defensible island, as Dalaran had intended. Carts and caravans rumbled up. Dalaran's muscles ached from remaining still, but they tensed as High Overlord Saurfang dismounted from one of the carts. He was smarter and more careful than most she had seen in this army. Would he notice what others had not? He did not. He simply inquired about a battle that had not taken place, and grunted his approval when a female orc suggested that the Night House had been slain by their rogues. Saurfang passed within range of Dalaran's bow, but she did not fire, nor did anyone else. Silently she thanked Elune for their and her restraint and discipline. An hour later, the loathed siege engines arrived, grinding to a halt along the main road into Astronar. Dalaran slipped down the tree, resuming her watch from a lower limb. The branch extended far enough that she had an excellent view of the inn's interior, as well as one of the entrances. She made eye contact with Tavar in another tree and nodded. He returned the nod and disappeared. A half hour later, a Forsaken, taller than most, and wearing the armour and mark of Sylvanus Windrunner's personal guard, approached the inn. It took her 3 full heartbeats to realise it was young Tavar. Elune was blessed you with a gift, dark though it may be, she thought. May her blessing follow you. Tavar strode with confidence to the inn. This was the final test, the one upon which everything hinged. If Tavar succeeded... He paused at the entrance. She leaned forward, straining to hear, and marvelled at the strange, sepulchral timbre of the Forsaken in his voice. He was very good. High Overlord Saurfang, outside, now. High Overlord Saurfang, however, was in no mood to cooperate. He fixed Tavar with a glare, then returned his attention to his maps. He said something Dalaran couldn't catch. She strained to listen. Tavar tried again. The war chief is waiting for you. Do you not follow her commands, High Overlord? Dalaran frowned. Be careful, Tavar. Fortunately, Saurfang did not seem to notice the over-the-top performance, for he started toward the door. Then he paused. Wow. I'm going to leave it there on that cliffhanger. See what Saurfang does next. There we go. Okay, what did I miss on the... good evening, John. How are you? So we'll see what happens next time. Probably next Sunday. So we'll take it from there. Eventually, once I've read the whole thing, I'll put it all together into one long YouTube video. And then anyone who's missed any bits of it can catch up on it. Although it's going to be weird with lots of different... me wearing different clothing and being in different locations. One long YouTube audiobook, exactly. Hopefully it'll be okay. Let's have a look and see if we can throw a host on over to anyone. I'm not sure anyone is... No, I can't see anyone on at the moment. So I might leave it there, unfortunately. But it has been wonderful having your company tonight. Really appreciated it. My next stream is going to be on Wednesday. Ooh. Is it going to be on Wednesday or am I going to do another early one? I'll come back to you on that one. It may or may not be Wednesday. I'll check with my family and make sure that everything's okay with them first before I commit to anything. But if it's going to change, I'll let you know on Twitter or Discord, or probably both. So keep an eye out on those channels, and I'll let you know when and where I am next streaming. Until next time, whenever that may be, I hope you all have a lovely week ahead. Happy gold making. I'll bid you farewell. From me and Oreo, we'll say goodnight to you. Oreo's just glaring at me now. So thank you all, and I will see you very soon. Until then, happy gold making and good night.